No, I didn't watch it. I was listening to it.
You should have seen his
He
face.
was like,
it was hilarious. He's like,
I didn't mean to.
yeah.
That's all he did.
Yeah, it's literally that right there.
Oh, you were listening last week, so you were trying to like check up on us, make sure.
No, I was just listening. I mean, when I'm not here, I don't know what's going on, so I might as well listen.
Did you hear when I said that I'd watch The Next Generation one more time?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a showing to set up.
No, we don't. Now, okay, so this is where I'm confused at. So is this the one? I'm thinking maybe this is the one I seen because the dinner scene kind of sounds familiar. Because I remember, is he the one with the robotic leg?
Yeah.
See, that's where I'm thinking that this dinner. Did he squash somebody's head with his leg?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like squash their head?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the dinner scene I seen.
Okay.
This is the one I seen.
So you've seen part 4
I've seen
already.
it.
It's ludicrous, but it is entertaining.
It is.
That dinner scene was always it stuck in my head because he literally used that foot
like,
to squash
the
somebody's
rest.
head.
1 through 3, you're just like, or one is good, and then 2 and 3, you're just like, this is fucking ridiculous, and then 4, you're just like, this is ridiculous, but I'm down.
Yeah, if someone stayed the night,
It was moderately entertaining just to watch. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, if someone were to stay the night, I'd be like, we have to watch this so I can see your reaction to it.
Yeah, when you show it to somebody else, you're not watching the movie. You're just like, you're watching the other person.
And if at the end of the movie they go, "That was a good movie,"
That's when you smack him.
You're
You're like, we're not friends anymore.
Yeah.
This was actually a test.
This was a test.
You fucking failed.
We can't talk anymore. Get out of my life.
And whenever they stop it halfway through, they're like, "Can we stop watching this? I don't like it." That's when you're like, "Oh yeah, you're a good one."
Yeah, but we
Keep
do
you
have
around.
to finish it though. We do have to finish it.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Sorry.
You have to see the end.
Yeah, it was.
Then we can talk.
But yeah, I do vaguely remember that dinner scene because I remember sitting up in my bedroom one night, and this was back when I was not little, but I was.
Hold on. What?
It went away.
Sneezes don't go away. They
it
come
went
back.
away. It'll come back, but it went away for now.
It's just in the corner. It didn't go away. It's just
it's like right there, but it's just not there.
You're supposed to, I think you stare at a light and it either comes away or it comes to the front or
Comes
it goes
away.
away. Yeah, it comes away. You know.
It's not tickling right now. So, but I remember laying in bed and watching on my little Zenith television, and I remember seeing that scene.
Yeah, I like it.
Movie was
As much
garbage.
as you can like a terrible movie.
Movie was garbage.
As much as you can like a terrible movie, I liked it.
All right, welcome back. We are the Bonsai Movie Crew. Don't forget to check out the socials down there. You know where they are. All the stuff's in the description. Aside from that, let's continue on here. Let's get into our creator profile this week. Can anybody guess who it is?
Well, we didn't do Jordan.
No, we
the
didn't
last
do.
one.
Yeah,
So are we
it's
done?
Jordan Peele.
Okay.
It's Jordan Peele. I didn't read it, so I don't know what it says. I just copied and pasted that shit. By the way, if you guys ever are interested, I get all my creator profile stuff from biography.com. They don't all have biographies. Sometimes I have to go to Fandom and Wiki and other shit like that. So, but normally I get them from Biography. Biography has biographies on pretty much most celebrities, I would say. Not all, but most. Especially popular ones. Just in case you guys were wondering.
I was curious.
Were you, though?
Yeah, that's why I said I was.
Is that sarcasm?
That's just my voice.
Whatever.
She has your.
Yeah, wait, is he being serious or not?
Yeah.
Jordan Peele. Peele?
Peel.
Peele.
Peely.
Peele.
He's not a fucking Fortnite
Can't
character.
help it. Jordan Peele. Born February 21st, 1979, wrote and directed the Oscar-winning Get Out, a horror movie about racism that became a breakout hit and the most profitable film of 2017, he delivered another well-received fright flick with 2019's Us, and delivered another well-received fright flick with 2019's... Oh, I read that line twice. And has been involved in the production of TV shows like The OG. Does that stand for something?
Original Gangster.
Oh, okay.
I think it had Tracy Morgan in it.
Yeah.
I think it did. I don't think it only lasted like a season or two.
Yeah, it didn't last long.
Yeah.
And a reboot of The Twilight Zone. Earlier in his career, Peele was known for his work on Mad TV and for co-creating the hit Comedy Central known as Key and Peele. He is married to actress Chelsea Peretti.
Peretti.
She's the girl from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. She plays the receptionist from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Haha, that
Yeah,
chick.
yeah, she's funnier than fuck.
Yeah, she
she's
is.
hilarious. Get Out, a horror movie written and directed by Peele, premiered at the Sundance Film Festival in January 2017 and had a wide theatrical release the next month. The film is about a black man who goes to visit... Do you want me to read all this?
Is it about the movie?
Yeah.
If it's about the movie, just skip it.
The movie unveils a nightmare of captivity and exploitation the protagonist has to struggle to escape. Though he's married to a white woman, I skipped right over it. You see that?
Good job.
Where'd it go?
I skipped right over it. Shit. Where
I
am
lost
I?
it.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
killing me, Smalls.
I found it. Though he's married to a white woman, Chelsea Peretti, Peele has explained he wrote this film before the two started dating. One source of inspiration came from the 2008 election of Barack Obama to the presidency, as segments of society heralded the arrival of a post-racial future. Peele felt compelled to show how racism continues to permeate everyone's lives. Peele has also revealed the film is tied to the existence of a prison industrial complex that incarcerates large numbers of black men and women, saying in an interview with The Guardian, the disproportionate numbers of the black men thrown into a dark room for the rest of their lives is one of the central themes of what my movie is allegory for.
Allegory.
What does that mean?
Like a... I can't think of how to...
It's pointing at a certain thing. It's saying this. It's pointing at
It's
a
like-
very specific topic.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so this is what's happening in the movie, right? Like, this is, yeah, like, this is what's happening in the movie, and this is what's happening in society. And so it's not literal. This, what's happening in the movie, isn't literally what's happening in society. So he's using this as an allegory for what's happening in society. Does it make sense?
Gotcha.
It's like
I'm not
kind of
explaining
like
it very
subtly-
well.
Like, kinda like a
it's subtly
mirror-ish?
it's subtly referencing it.
Yeah, it's like a reference.
Kinda like a
It's sort of
mirror.
like you know, I'm using it as an example, or I'm trying to say like, you know, I'm not explaining.
It's hard
this
to
very well.
explain.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up the definition because I'm not explaining it very well. I'm not doing very well at this.
Anyway, continue.
Peele assumed a horror film about...
Interpretation. It's an interpretation of what's happening.
See, I know that word.
Yeah.
So Peele is saying that we're brainwashing black people.
No,
No.
Is
That's
that what
how
we're trying
you
to
wanna
get at?
interpret
Okay, so he's saying that like we disproportionately, you know, put black people in prisons and in jail cells and things like that, so they spend their lives in dark prisons. So then, you know, when Chris gets, you know, hypnotized and put in the sunken place, that's the allegory for what happens to black men and black women when they're thrown in jail and in prisons in society.
and
They're forgotten.
to
They're
try
put
to
in those
incarcerate,
places.
but also not only forgotten, but whenever they make them, they're making
Analogy.
them in a certain
That's
image.
another word, analogy.
They're saying, well, once they're incarcerated, then they're repeat offenders, blah blah blah. There's a whole big thing around it.
Yeah.
It's just a movie, though.
You can
It's just a movie.
pick this
You
apart
can
in many different
interpret
ways.
You can pick this
any way
movie
you want.
apart in a lot of different ways.
And he means it. Like every different way you can pull this apart, he does mean it. Like there are actual like college courses around this movie. And they teach the different ways you can pick this movie apart. And each way is correct. Like there are completely he means
logistic.
He means each one of these. Like it's all there. So
and he's not wrong in a lot of it, really.
He's not. I mean, you know, the party scene. That's a perfect example.
Yeah. You put a black guy in a very white scenario, and that's what they do. They're all like, they've got 100, like he's a fucking dancing
They have
monkey,
to find one, person that they know that's black that they have to refer to him.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like, why do
I'm not
people do
racist.
that?
I've got a black friend.
Or you get that fake nicety, right? Like I would have voted for Obama for a third term if I could have.
Yep.
What's that supposed to mean?
Like, why does that matter to me?
Exactly.
Right, like you get that fake sincerity, even if they are trying to be nice or be sincere.
Yeah.
And I think that
because
comes
you're
off,
trying to show pity, but at the same time, trying not to show them that you're showing pity. Yeah. So
just be sincere.
It comes off as you're a racist.
Yeah.
Even though you might not be, but you're trying too hard to show that you're
trying
not
too
racist.
hard. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're trying too hard. Me, black people come around, I treat them like everybody else.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what color you are.
Right.
If you're a dick, you're a dick. That's what it is.
That's what I say. I think the party scene is to me the best allegory for what.
But this is where very disconnected rich people like that. That's how they act. That is literally how they will act around, urban black people. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying that, like, for us,
because they're disconnected. They don't know.
For us, where we are located, right? We don't think of racism as like a huge issue, right?
Yeah, right.
Because around here, like
we don't see skin color.
It's not really a huge thing. It's not really a big deal. But the one thing that I can relate to, the one thing that I have seen with my own two eyes, is that party scene. I have seen that in action.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, that's why I bring that up. That's why I can say, like, I can point to that and say, yes, I have seen that.
We'll get to a lot of these things with the movie, because there are some things that, watching it this time, that I'm like, wow. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because, especially the part with the cop and the woman and everything, I was like, man, you are trying way, even if she wasn't a bad guy, but you're trying way too fucking hard.
No,
dude.
You know what, though? You know what I put together with that scene this time? She wasn't trying to stick up for him. She didn't want a paper trail.
Exactly. I knew that.
But I didn't put that together the first time. I was like, why she's just trying way too hard. Like, she's going over the top. That was the first time I watched this. This time I was like,
no paper trail.
You little bitch. Yep. You know what I mean?
It was smart.
Oh yeah, it was definitely very smart.
Peele assumed a horror film about race, which took the existence of racism seriously, would never be produced. Fortunately, the movie not only got made, but it also became an enormous box office and critical success, bringing in more than $250 million worldwide, making it to the year's most profitable film, as it has been produced for an estimated $4.5 million. Peele was nominated for a Golden Globe, though many were stunned the film landed in the comedy musical category, and later became just the fifth African American to earn an Oscar nomination for Best
Comedy
Director.
Musical.
Although
the only comedy I got off
comedy
was The Friend.
Yeah, The Friend and him, that was pretty fun. Like, The Friend was hilarious.
Where's the musical part?
I don't know.
It was
Childish Gambino song in the beginning, but that's
the end.
It was the cup.
And at the end, but like
that was it though. Yeah.
I didn't see anybody dancing.
You know what this movie did need? A dance number. It'd be fucking amazing. Could you imagine? It'd be great.
You want to say all the black people just come out and start dancing?
Yeah, they're all hypnotized or something, and they all just start dancing.
That's fucked up.
I don't think that would have.
I'm saying, I don't mean they have to break dance or anything. Jesus Christ!
But as the old white people, they start singing some old fashioned song or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It actually takes me back to another Childish Gambino song that just came out. Littlefoot. I don't remember the name of it.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it.
It's cool as fuck. It's all black and white. And he's they're on stage doing that performance in the 1940s.
Fuck,
it's pretty great.
Talking about. He is so good.
I love Childish Gambino.
Although he lost
Donald Glover's amazing.
He is.
Yeah.
Although he lost out in that category, Peele scored a win for the Best Original Screenplay. Get Out was released as a horror film and has the requisite shocks and scares, but Peele considers his movie more of a social thriller, like Rosemary's Baby, 1968.
See, that's the thing is like they
and
consider
The
this.
Stepford Wives, 1970.
I don't
Rosemary's
see it
Baby
as
is
much of a
social
thriller.
Man. That's literally about a
Yeah.
devil fucking a lady getting her pregnant.
Yeah.
She's carrying the devil's
See, I don't
baby.
understand. See, that's one thing that about this movie that I'm like, they're like it's a horror movie. Like,
It's
I
not
wouldn't
really
call it a
horror.
horror movie. I call it more of a thriller.
Yeah, it's a thriller, and I can see where it's a social thriller because there's a lot of social
Yeah.
commentary. So I
But
can see
horror,
that.
I wouldn't call it that so
No, I'd
much.
say
No.
thriller. I mean, it would be horror if you were
Meaning
considering it
society
really
itself
happening.
is a
That's
villain.
terrifying, but
Yeah.
Meaning society itself is a villain.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Peele
Yeah.
also felt that a gripping tale would allow both black and non-black audiences to identify with his main character. Talking about the film in Atlanta, he said one of the best ways to enter the conversation about race is through art. If we can have a shared experience in a movie theater, it gives us more of a basis for conversation. Around the time he learned that Get Out was up for Oscar consideration, Peele announced that he was done with acting, telling CBS News that it wasn't as much fun as directing. He later revealed that he made the decision earlier after being offered a part in the animated The Emoji Movie 2017, and initially offered the role of Poop. Peele first demurred, before deciding to accept
What was
only
it spelled like?
Demurr.
Dim. No, I can't.
Why
even
is
say it.
everybody using that
I
word
don't know.
nowadays?
Demure.
Demure.
It's demure.
Demurr.
What does it mean?
It's
Well,
like
there's an ed
fancy.
at the end.
Yeah.
It's very fancy.
There's an ed at the end.
Like-
Demurred.
Before deciding to accept, only to find out the character would instead be voiced by Sir Patrick Stewart. Us.
And he wore that with pride. I'm the poop emoji. Talked about that like hilarious.
For his second feature film, Peele returned to the horror genre with Us 2019, starring Lupita
Dion or something like that. I can't fucking. We had this trouble before.
And then you were able to say it last
Yeah.
time. I couldn't.
Okay,
I can
well-
never say it.
Let me see it. I could probably say it if I see it. Let me see it.
He could say it last time. I can never
Where's it
say
at?
it. Lupita Nahanajad.
Nahanajad.
No, remember on
Blow
the
up here.
Office? Or Office
Lupita
Space?
Nyong'o, I think, or something like that, or Neonj, or something like that. I can't remember.
Nyan. Elizabeth.
She was in that new Quiet Place movie.
Yeah.
In Winston Duke, the fright flick focuses on the Wilson family and their encounter with mysterious, violent doppelgangers while on vacation. Us drew strong reviews ahead of its release, with Empire calling it a stunning sophomore effort. The film went on to generate an impressive $70 million at the box office.
It's definitely his weakest
in its
movie.
Opening weekend.
It was okay.
En route to
I didn't
more
care
than
for it.
$250 million throughout its theatrical run.
I've only seen it once. Maybe if I watched it again, I'd
No,
feel differently
I
about
don't
it.
think so.
No?
No.
The Last OG. With his production company, Monkey Paw Productions, Peele is trying to share stories from underrepresented populations. He created the TBS comedy The Last OG, which debuted in the spring of 2018 with Tracy Morgan and Tiffany Haddish in the lead roles, and produced Spike Lee's Black Klansman. But the K for black, there's a K in the middle, and then Klansman starts with a K too. So it's got
Oh, that's that movie with I can't remember his name, and God damn it, what was his name? And the other dude who played fucking Kylo Ren. I don't remember his name.
Oh. Adam Driver.
Yeah.
Adam Driver. Yeah. Black Klansman. That was actually a pretty good movie.
based on the real life story of a black police officer who managed to infiltrate the Ku Klux Klan, the Twilight Zone, and Hunters. Peele signed on as executive producer and narrator of a reboot of the classic horror series The Twilight Zone, which began airing on CBS All Access in April 2019. He also had his hands on the development of the 2020 Amazon series Hunters, which features Al Pacino as the leader of a group of Nazi-targeting vigilantes in the 1970s.
I couldn't get into it.
America.
I tried. It had a strong start. I'm like, oh, this is probably gonna be pretty cool, and then it just slowed way the fuck down right after the first episode. It's like, oh my god, this show is boring. I just couldn't
I
get
hate
into
that
it.
when you get like starts off strong and then it.
Because that's what they do. They want to hook you with that first episode or two, and then it just does a nosedive.
So you got to find the ones that are like slow at the beginning and then pick up.
I like them whenever they're just good the whole way through.
Like The Office.
Wouldn't that be nice?
You just
The
say
Office.
The Office.
Yeah, it starts off slow and then it just.
That's true.
It
That
does
one does.
build,
That
yeah.
one does.
So start in the middle.
That's because that was a show
No,
that
you
found
start
its
off from
footing
beginning.
later on. So, yeah, The
Until
Office
the
is-
last
Yeah,
season,
because
and
my
then the
God,
last
Steve
season
Carell
got.
starts off as such a dick. You're
Well,
like, oh my God,
same
this
thing
guy's
was
an asshole.
It's Always Sunny was the same way.
Yeah.
The first season
That
was
first
kind of like,
season's rough.
Then Danny DeVito.
Well, then Dan DeVito signed on, and he gave him more money, and they're
Mhm.
like, and then they really went crazy with each
Mhm.
season.
Mm-hmm.
Wild card, bitches.
Yeah, wild card, bitches. This fucking show's
Did you
great.
get to the?
Hmm?
Did you get to the school reunion yet?
No,
Son of a bitch.
I think the most recent episode that I watched was the water park episode
Mm.
where Dee and Mac are stuck in the tunnel, and and Charlie and Frank are running around saying that Frank has AIDS so they can skip the lines. It's fucked up, man.
It's fucked up. That's the beauty of it. Like, you know, in every sitcom, they get better as
Yeah.
the sitcom. They get worse.
Yeah, they're terrible.
They're terrible people. They're
Yeah,
terrible people.
Terrible fucking people.
Are you
Charlie's
eating
probably
paint?
the nicest one with the biggest. Charlie's the only one with any kind of heart. He's still a motherfucker. Man.
He is. He is so bad.
So
Let me see your tongue. You're eating paint.
you're eating paint. I caught a leprechaun. It's not a leprechaun. That's a little person. It's a leprechaun.
What was it? He kept popping in his mouth, and they were like, "Are you eating?" And he was like,
Wendell and Wild.
I never even watched that.
Fresh off his Oscar win in March 2018, Peele revealed that he was reteaming, with his old comedy partner Keegan Michael Key.
Reteaming.
Reteaming.
Yeah.
That's what I said
You were confused by the word.
because I've never heard it.
Reteam means to get a team
Oh.
back together.
I thought it sounds really close to redeeming, so it was kind of confusing.
"Get the team back together."
Anyways, in addition to providing voice work alongside Key, Peele is co-writing the film with director Harry Slick, known for his work on such acclaimed stop-motion productions as Coraline 2009 and The Nightmare Before Christmas 1993. I love Coraline, but I hate The Nightmare Before Christmas.
I don't hate it. It's just
This guy
Over.
drove into the
man, they
fucking
drove that shit into the fucking
ground.
ground, man.
I don't like that movie.
I
Hot
blame-
Topic
I
has
blame-
literally made all
I
their
blame
millions
the
off of
people
that
more
movie.
than the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I never liked
yeah.
the movie, even as a kid.
Yeah, I agree. I blame the
Just
people.
Couldn't get
Coraline's
into it.
okay.
I like the
Coraline's
movie. It's
okay,
just,
sorry.
like I said, it just
I
got
like
drove in the
Coraline.
ground.
I get it.
I've always liked Coraline.
Stop motion's cool. You know what an underrated stop motion movie is? Box Trolls.
Yeah,
I agree.
Trolls is a good fucking
I
movie.
never
It's a good
liked
one.
that one either.
You didn't like it? Oh
Not
man,
really.
That was a
I
good
love
one.
It was a good
I
one.
know you had it on DVD for a minute there.
Yeah,
Or
well,
Blu-ray.
it was Gavin was obsessed with the movie, so we watched it all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a fun movie. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I thought it was boring. I just
had,
didn't
good,
like.
had a good story.
It did. Yeah, it was creative.
Very wholesome.
I just didn't like their cheese obsession.
I thought it was great.
I did. I liked the
weird.
cheese.
I thought it was weird.
I love their cheese
I might-
obsession. It's so
okay.
weird and weird.
I
It was
haven't
weird
seen,
and
but
gorgeous.
I haven't seen the movie in like a long time, so I might like it more now than I did whenever I was a kid.
I've never
You know, I've
seen.
noticed that a lot more recently. Like, I'll rewatch something that I was like, "That's just stupid." Then I'll rewatch it. I'm like, "Why did I hate this?"
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I've thought the same thing probably about
The white
Napoleon
hats.
Dynamite. It's funny you sent that meme earlier because recently I've been seeing a lot of Napoleon Dynamite,
Yeah.
I
like
just watched it the other night.
TikToks and shit like that, and I'm thinking,
Eat the food.
why did I hate
Eat
this
the
movie?
food,
Because I
Tina.
hated that fucking
Oh
movie
God, I love
with a
Napoleon
passion.
Dynamite.
I hated that movie.
I'm right
I'm
there
thinking
with
like,
you.
if I watch this movie again, will I like it?
No,
Oh, I love
okay,
Napoleon
so
Dynamite.
the movie itself, like,
Once you realize that nothing's gonna happen, it's highly enjoyable.
it's
Yeah.
not that. It's just very, like, I don't know how to put it. It's just kind of like, when you're watching, it's just, like, cringy in a way.
Is
but
it
yet,
so dumb it's good?
yeah, like,
Is
there's
it so
there's
stupid
there's
it's funny?
small parts, and it's like, okay, that's funny. And then it's like, slow.
Yeah.
Slow. Oh, funny part. Slow. Funny part. That's where it's like
Parts that are quotable. because,
Yeah.
like, you hear them all the time.
Yeah, no, I
Yes.
can see that. I can see that.
Eat
Yeah.
your
for
food,
me, it's
Tina.
just like eat the food, Tina. You got the karate instructor. You got the part
you
where
could probably find a few bumps from that movie.
the part where he like
oh, for sure.
when they slap, when he slaps him
or the
whatever.
two brothers get into a fight.
Yeah.
And they slap fighting and they kicks him in the ass. You know, stuff like that.
Smacks
The cow gets shot in the front
throws
of the
a
bus full of
steak. He
kids.
throws the steak at him and hits him right in the face.
Yeah, like
Uncle Rico.
yeah. I mean, there's things in the movie. It's like I remember that it's funny, but then there's other parts it's just like slow, and you're like, come on, get to a funny part. You know, that's where it was for
Are you
me.
drinking skim milk because you think you're fat? Because you could probably drink whole milk if you wanted to. That's funny to me. I'm sorry.
Let me have some of your tots, Napoleon.
Give me some of your tots.
Where's your tots? No, get your own.
Some
Ugh.
chapstick.
And then he kicks him. He's like, oh, gross.
Where's my tots?
I want to come home. I don't feel good.
Think somebody would
Grandma's
like
not here. Ugh. Let me go home. I wanna
think
go
anybody
home.
wants
I
a
don't feel
roundhouse
good.
kick with these bad boys on?
This fucking movie is so stupid.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
I think it's hilarious.
You'd like it if you.
I
watched
probably
The
would.
dance
I've seen it a couple times, and each time I'm like, this movie is a pile of garbage.
The dance scene was just too cringy for me.
I think for me, it was like the first time that I remember watching a movie, and literally the whole time I kept waiting. Like, okay, so this is the point. No, that's not it. Okay, so this is the point. No, that's not it.
Oh,
He's gonna get the girl.
There is no point.
Nope, that's not a thing. And nothing happened because the credits start rolling. I'm like, so I wasn't supposed to get anything out of this.
No,
That's
you
pretty
literally
fucking funny.
not supposed
like,
to get shit.
You know,
from
like
the
like
movie.
I thought it was funny just from the perspective that I kept guessing the whole time. I'm like, that's fucking funny. Like, I liked it.
Dude's getting pulled behind a fucking bicycle with rollerblades.
Like, the same guy went on to direct the Sasquatch Gang. You ever watch that?
No, I don't think
It was the same kind of comedy, but with kids, and it had Justin Long in it too. And he's like, he drove an El Camino, and he had a fucking mullet, and him and his friend were the funniest parts of that movie. His friend was played by the guy from Super Troopers, who was like one of the stoners in the back seat of the car. And yeah, so it's pretty funny though.
Is it?
It's about kids who are obsessed with the finding Sasquatch.
That sounds pretty funny.
It is. It's pretty good. And then like they do like LARP. I don't know if it's LARP or if they do like just sword fighting and stuff. Like with
It would
like
almost
big
be funnier
homemade swords.
if they didn't LARP. They
I don't
just
think
played
I don't think
sword
they
fighting.
do LARP. I think they just sword fight with big foam swords. It's fucking retarded.
Okay,
But it's pretty
you guys wrong.
Oh, we did kind of veer off topic.
Yeah, we did
Sorry.
like way off topic.
Sorry, Jordan.
We're gonna backtrack a little bit.
Thanks for reeling us in.
Well, Lottie frickin'
I hope
God!
you're talking to them.
No,
Your guess is as good as mine.
Anywho,
we were on some good topics right there.
some good topics that can
Napoleon
wait for
fucking
later.
Dynamite.
For Peele,
We don't wait.
I love you.
I love you.
It's better to focus on his projects. For example, he turned down the opportunity to direct a live-action version of Akira. Really? Like the anime? Why do you do that?
I don't know.
Is there a live-action Akira?
No.
Mm-mm.
I think they've been talking about doing one.
I've been
We
talking
better
about doing
talk
one
quicker.
for.
I think they should
Years.
not do it.
I agree.
I don't think they should touch it. I think they should leave it alone.
It's like the one anime I do like. I've watched that probably 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, Akira's really good, and I think they should not touch it.
Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
I think that's something that if you touch,
It's
you're gonna
definitely
fuck it
a
up.
fucking classic.
You're gonna fuck it up.
Movie.
You're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, for sure. You're definitely gonna fuck it up.
Well,
I don't know
Because I don't think you'll be able to hit that same tone and vibe that the anime gives off.
He told Blumhouse.com the real question is for me is do I want to do pre-existing material or do I want to do original content? At the
Good
end of
for
the day,
him.
That's fair.
I want to do original stuff.
Good
Fair
for him.
point.
That's good.
Then why the fuck is he doing the people under the stairs?
Fair point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
Leave that one alone, Jordan.
Don't touch it. Yeah. Stop.
Smack your hand.
Woo! Don't
Let's
touch
boycott the movie.
Put that cookie down.
Yeah. Put that cookie down.
Key and Peele. Before he turned to directing with Get Out, Peele was best known for the Comedy Central show he co-created and starred in with Key and
Fucking
Peele. The
hilarious.
series featured sketches
said,
about topics that
bitch.
included race, racism, homophobia, and gender.
I
Many
think
of which had viewers laughing while also making them think.
So if you guys had to rank your favorite skit comedy shows, where would they fall? Like your top 3?
Oh,
Like,
SNL's
SNL's not even on there.
Skit.
No, SNL's not on there.
I'm gonna
Dave
say,
Chappelle's top one.
Like,
I'm
for
going to
me.
say Dave Chappelle.
Dave
Chappelle's
Chappelle's
show
top.
is
top
probably
for
number
me.
1.
Yeah.
And then I'm probably going to go Key and Peele.
Yeah.
Clayton
It's always
Bigsby was
Sunny.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Dave
It's Always
Chappelle's
Sunny
definitely
isn't a
number
skit
1.
show.
Oh, I thought you said a comedy show.
No, comedy skit, like SNL shit.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
Dave Chappelle and then Key and Peele. That's definitely 1
Probably
and 2.
Key and Peele, and then probably In Living Color.
I'd have to watch Living
Or
Color
or
again.
Mad TV. They're both really good.
Yeah.
Because Mad TV had something that SNL didn't. They were fucking gritty, and they didn't care.
What was that one with the
I was
I
gonna say
squish
Kids in
your
the
head?
Hall.
Yeah, Kids in the Hall.
Kids in the Hall's got to
I've
be in
never
there
seen that
somewhere.
one.
Oh man, that shit was.
That
funny.
was pretty good.
But I'm gonna say I might go In Living Color for third, but like Chappelle Show and Key and Peele, dude, like they're awesome.
Now I gotta find a place to put. See, I'd have to think about this because I gotta find a place to put. Shit. What's the improv show?
Or
I don't know if you really call it a skit show though, but they do skits. It's just
yeah.
improv.
so mine would probably
Improv?
be
Yeah.
mine would be Dave Chappelle.
Who's on it?
Colin Mockery.
Carol Burnett show.
Carol Burnett show's pretty fucking funny.
Oh, Little Britain USA. That's a good one too.
So mine would be
I mean, you could call it a skit
God,
show.
you could keep going and
Yeah.
going and going. Like
Yeah.
there's so many good skit
Yeah,
shows,
there
and
are.
there's a lot of good ones that are British TV, like
Yeah.
British TV.
Oh, they got a
Fuck,
lot
you
of
know,
British
like, oh
ones.
my god,
So yeah, so
that
mine's,
opens up a whole can of worms.
you talking about Whose Line?
Yeah, Who's Line? I got to
Whose
put
Line?
Who's Line on there somewhere.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
skit
true.
show.
Yeah, that's true.
It's improv, but it's
Yeah.
skit.
Fuck. Wow. Yeah, you're opening a whole can of worms.
That's
there.
what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
you can't. I mean, like.
but Key and Peele and Chappelle Show are definitely my number.
Oh,
two,
they're
number
like
one
they're
and two for me.
Yeah, they're like high
I
up
mean,
there.
if I'm doing like I said, if I'm doing 3, I'm doing Dave Chappelle, Carol Burnett, and then Key and Peele.
I don't
Because
watch
Carol
skit
Burnett
shows.
show is fucking hilarious.
Some-
No, I gotta put Dave Chappelle and then Key and Peele. It's 1 and 2 right there for me. Like, cause I'm telling you what, like Dave Chappelle and Key and Peele, they both had me laugh until I was crying.
Who
Like,
was the one lady? Was it Tracy? Is it
Tracy
Tracy
Ullman?
Ullman? She had a Tracy Ullman show.
Yeah, she had
It was
a
on
skit
HBO,
show. Mm-hmm.
and it had Stephen Colbert in it.
Mm-hmm.
He was in there for a while until he went to the Daily Show.
Yeah,
But that show wasn't too bad either.
I don't remember. It's not memorable for me, other than
I don't think
A
it
few
lasted
of
but
them
a
here and
couple
there.
seasons, but it was pretty good.
yeah.
I think it's nice when you see their characters break too. So that's why I say
Yeah, no,
Carol
I
Burnett
agree.
shows
Like
in
if you can break characters like that, I think
Unless it's
that's,
Jimmy Fallon, that doesn't count.
No, because
No.
he breaks
Fallon-
character.
Yeah, he always
like
breaks character.
He's easily to be broken.
Yeah,
but
he's
I'm
always
saying like
laughing.
between like on the Carol Burnett show,
Yeah.
those two.
You guys never seen Little Britain?
Mhm.
Little Britain USA?
Mhm.
That shit's fucking hilarious.
I've seen
dude.
episodes. I've not seen I've seen whole episodes, but here and there, I've not seen like entire seasons.
I've never seen the whole seasons. I've seen certain episodes. It used to be on a network, like HBO or Showtime or something, and some of
I
that
think it
shit
was
was
HBO.
fucking hilarious. And was it
No,
HBO?
I think it was Showtime.
Yo,
It might have
I
been
gotta
Showtime.
really back in because I'm only like halfway through.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Power
fuck.
run, speed through it.
Shut up,
Okay,
everybody.
No more talking. Hold on.
Good thing we didn't do nothing from the internet today, huh?
Mi scusi.
The show won 2 Emmy Awards and Peabody for addressing racially charged issues and ideas like no one else on television. One recurring.
Reoccurring.
No.
Recurring.
Recurring.
Key and Peele segment combined Peele's spot-on Obama impersonation with Key's role as Obama's anger translator.
That shit was so
Shit was funny. Obama
bet
even
you-
had him do it once for him. Shit's great.
Another popular sketch saw Peele transform into a demanding woman called Megan.
Oh, God.
Besides being a hit on Comedy Central, Key and Peele's sketches reached more than 1 billion total views on YouTube and other sites. However, the pair decided to call it quits after 5 seasons to go out on top and to get time to focus on other projects.
I said, bitch.
Yes. You think we're far enough away? I said, bitch.
Mad TV, Fargo, and Keanu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Peele and Key, who met in Chicago in 2003 when both were doing improv, worked together on the Fox sketch show Mad TV from 2003 to 2009. They also reappeared together as FBI agents in season 1 of Fargo in 2014 and shared the screen in Keanu 2016, a movie co-written by Peele. Peele once received an offer from Saturday Night Live to impersonate Obama, only to have to turn the job down since he was still under contract with Mad TV. Voice work on Captain Underpants. Peele has been a voice actor on numerous shows including Bob's Burgers, Big Mouth, and Rick and Morty. He also has voiced characters from films like Captain Underpants in 2017. Wife and family. In April 2006, Peele announced on Late Night with Seth Meyers that he eloped with his wife, Chelsea Peretti, a comedian and star of television's Brooklyn Nine-Nine. According to Peretti's Instagram, the wedding ceremony was witnessed by their dog. Peretti told Entertainment Weekly that she and Peele met on the internet on Twitter. They began dating in 2012 and announced their engagement via Twitter in 2015. The couple had a baby boy. Oh my God, Beaumont.
Beau. Beaumont.
Yeah.
Beaumont Gino Peele. Sure. On July 1st.
Beaumont. That's not a name you hear very often. That's
No.
a good one.
No. On July
Beaumont.
1st, 2017 in Los Angeles. When was Jordan Peele born? Jordan Haworth Peele was born on February 21st, 1979 in New York City. I hate all of these names. Just that can be on the record because I hate all of these names. They all suck
All right, we hear you.
to
You
pronounce.
sure about that?
It's on the record.
Want a
got
second
you.
opinion?
On the record.
It's on the record.
Make a record of your
Make a
record that
quote.
we made it. We put
It's
it on the record.
recorded.
Quoted
It's
and
quoted.
everything.
It's everything.
We made a record of the record too, just so you're aware.
Yes.
All right. Just wanted to be sure. Parents and background. Peele was born to a white mother, Lucinda Williams,
Williams.
and black father. His father, who passed away in 1999, exited Peele's life when Peele was about 6, and he grew up on New York City's Upper West Side in a single-parent household. When young Peele appeared on ABC special Kids Ask President Clinton Questions, he inquired how to help kids whose parents weren't paying child support. Peele has admitted that being biracial often makes him feel like an outsider, such as when he had to place himself in the racial category of other. When taking standardized tests, he began selecting African American as he grew older. As he grew older. Some of his classmates didn't believe his mother was white, and growing up, he sometimes felt his voice sounded too white. Education and improv. Growing up, Peele attended New York City's PS 87 and the Kowloon, school. He also performed with the TADA exclamation mark.
Ta-da.
Ta-da! The youth theater.
Okay.
Peele started at Sarah Lawrence College. Oh my, college.
Words.
To become a puppeteer.
Those names really fucked her up.
Puppeteer.
Puppeteer.
You want to be a fucking puppeteer.
However, performing improv while at school led to his dropping out to pursue a comedy career. Peele found success with the improv groups Boom Chicago, based in Amsterdam and Chicago's second city before moving onto television. Influences as a director. Peele became a fan of horror movies as a child with favorites such as Gremlins 1984 and The Shining 1980. Get Out contains an Easter egg reference to the number 237, the haunted room from The Shining. Peele also loved 1980.
Do you know where the reference was?
No, I didn't see it.
They didn't see it. He said it.
Oh, they said it?
Yeah, it was flight 237.
Oh, okay.
It was at the airport. I was like, that's Shining reference. So.
Peele also loved 1980s fantasy movies such as Labyrinth and The Never-Ending Story. Love that movie. Working on improv and comedy let Peele develop a sense of timing that helped him succeed as a director. He felt the different parts of his career have inherent connections, saying in a 2016 interview with Forbes, "As with comedy, I feel like horror in the thriller genre is one of the few ways that we can address real-life horrors and social injustices in an entertaining way." Peele is also determined to build on his past success. In 2017, he told E.T., "This is just the beginning of what I want to do with the horror genre and social thrillers. I'm dedicating my life to putting out crazy, weird horror films." The end. My God, that was a book.
All right. Favorite Jordan Peele movie?
Nope.
Nope.
Huh.
He's like, no, that was not it.
That
Nope,
was
it's not it.
That was not it for me. I didn't like Nope.
I did.
And that's why you're wrong.
I don't care.
You could say Key and Peele. It's his show.
Well, yeah, if we're going there, then yeah, it's definitely that show.
What's your favorite skit from Key and Peele? How about
Bitch.
that?
With him in it?
I said, bitch. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the medical marijuana one.
That was a pretty good one.
That was
Say-
fucking funny. And the jail when he's in
The-
jail and keeps getting shivved.
Yeah, or
Oh,
the
yeah.
where he's the robber.
No,
His
not the
cop.
one where he's getting shit, but the one where he's like, the new
Racist zombies.
the racist zombie.
Yeah.
The racist zombies.
The racist zombies won't go after the black people. It'll only go after the white people.
Ain't that a bitch? The white family like literally rolls up their window when they walk up and they're zombies inside the car. That was my favorite. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
racist zombies.
It's pretty
I don't know
funny.
which one would be my favorite.
They
honestly.
wouldn't go after the white people?
No, the
the
white
black
zombies would not go after the black guys.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, I like the medical marijuana one. That's my favorite. Why do you want this marijuana? Fish hook in my mouth. You get headaches.
I don't know. Probably the one with the teacher, but he's not really in that one. Where he's like, hey,
Oh
Ron.
yeah. Well, he is for like
Like,
2
for 2
seconds at the
seconds.
very end.
I don't know, what was his
Present or present.
name? Yeah, present.
Hey, wrong.
One with AA Ron.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
All right. Moving on. What have you guys been watching this week?
What the hell have you been watching?
Family Guy.
Are we going to start with me now?
Sure.
You're looking at me, so that's
I was just looking at your beautiful eyes.
Oh.
they're not that pretty.
Well, you tell yourself that.
Okay. So I watched all the Loki series,
Both
Loki?
seasons?
Really?
both seasons. I watched
Did
both.
you like it?
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it.
It's good, isn't
I
it?
never got around to watching
I
season
sat down
two.
and watched both. I watched it within like I think 2 or 3 days.
It's really good.
First season was good. I didn't
And
watch the
then-
second one.
I watched both seasons, and then watched that Lift movie, Kevin Hart movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
I heard that's a pile of dog shit.
eh. That's my feeling on it. It felt like, I don't know, I was sitting there eating and I just turned it on.
Do I know this movie?
It was.
It's on
Eh.
Netflix or
Yeah,
something?
it's on Netflix.
I don't have Netflix anymore.
Yeah. It didn't get good reviews or anything.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of those movies where Kevin Hart's playing like the straight shooter kind of guy, not the comedic.
Yeah,
guy.
it wasn't his comedic role. I mean, there were some funny skits in it, but it wasn't his normal comedic.
He's playing like the leader of this like heist gang or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested.
I mean, it was nice to see him come out of that role. You know what I mean? Out of the
But I can't take him seriously. For one, he's always the shortest guy in the room.
yeah.
You know what I mean? He's the shortest guy in the room. Like, how can I be intimidated by you? You know what I mean?
That's funny.
Then he's just always funny usually, and then to put him in a serious role is kind of like, eh. The only serious role that I believed him in was the one with him and Wesley Snipes, and it was like that miniseries. It was called True Story. It was really good. It was really good. But he's actually kind of like, he plays sort of himself. Like he's a stand-up comedian who's like hitting the big time, and someone ends up dead in his apartment or something like that, and like it just turns into a whole fucking mess, and it's really good. And Wesley Snipes plays his brother, his older brother.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's called it's called True Story.
I've heard of that one.
Is that all you watched?
That's basically the gist of what I watched.
Karen, what'd you watch?
Trap, Maxine, Sybil, The Ruins, and Evil Speak.
Was Maxine any good?
I liked it, yeah. Maxine was really good, yeah.
I haven't seen Pearl or Maxine.
Pearl was really, I think
that Pearl was
Pearl
really
was
good.
great.
Was it better than X?
Yeah, I dare say
X
it
was only good at certain points.
I dare say Pearl was better.
Is there a shitload of nudity in them fucking movies? Like there was in X?
I want to say Pearl. No, I don't think that there was as much. No.
Okay.
Pearl has some pretty like
Weird.
racy stuff. I want to say, but I don't think there was as much nudity.
Yeah, Pearl's supposed to be like a really weird horror.
I don't know. It's weird, but it's like
Doesn't
to
she
me.
make out
Okay,
with a
like at the very
scarecrow?
end of Pearl, like the last shot of the movie when the credits are rolling, like to me that is an amazing shot. Like it is so.
What's that?
That's that racist zombie
Oh.
thing.
It's so beautiful. Like it's just perfection. I don't know how to explain it, but
I think Ty West is a good director.
Mhm. So Pearl's really good, and then Maxine. I think Pearl's the best out of all three of them. In my honest opinion, I think Pearl's the best, and then Maxine was good. I have one complaint about the movie on one watch, but overall it's okay. It's good. It's good.
I'll watch them eventually.
I highly recommend Pearl.
What about Trap? Was it any good? I haven't watched
No.
it yet. No, just a no. Okay.
No, I really had high hopes for that one because I thought, I don't know, I just like I watched the trailer and I had all these questions and I was like, well, how are they going to do this and how is this and how is that? And I just kept thinking, like, well, they're going to explain it, like I'm interested in the explanation, right?
Yeah.
No explanation.
No, there was.
You didn't
Just
like the
not-
explanation. It's not what you wanted.
No, there was an explanation. It was exactly what you thought.
Oh, okay. All right. So I heard that it's a really predictable movie.
It's absolutely
That's
predictable.
probably the twist
because
on
you
it,
start
though.
to watch it and it's everything you thought it was.
Okay.
But I will say, Josh Hartnett fucking nails
That's
it.
what I heard. I heard he does really great.
Oh
in the
my
movie.
god, he's so great. Like if you could have took him, lifted him out of it, and if you could have took like the situation in which it lands him and his family and like this whole scenario, if you could have took that whole thing and moved it and like made the same situation happen, but not with the catalyst, that would have been really good.
I heard that
great
he does
movie.
really good. Which
Oh, God, he
Josh
was so
Hartnett's
good.
always been an underrated actor anyway.
I agree, but like I've never seen him be a bad guy, and like holy shit,
He is in Black Mirror. I
haven't seen that one yet. I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah,
but like,
it's really good.
holy shit, dude! Like, he made my skin crawl. He was
Yeah.
Dude,
amazing.
Cole is still in the corner.
I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
He's still in the corner.
He's probably dead.
Cole?
Sure. Anyway,
If you watch it for that reason.
Get close.
I might still watch it. I'm probably still gonna watch it.
I'd say watch it. It's worth the watch.
No.
It's
Get
worth the
closer
watch.
to him.
Just to see how it plays
I'm not
out and all
stupid.
that. It's
Yeah.
worth watching just for his performance.
Okay. Madison, what'd you watch?
Not much. Once Upon a Time. I watched Fast and Furious. Started watching Too Fast, Too Furious, but then I fell asleep.
I would have too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I watched half of Napoleon Dynamite before I fell asleep.
See,
We watched
it's having a resurgence all of a sudden. Everybody's like, Napoleon Dynamite. Like, why?
Well, Kira made me watch it. She was like, "We have to watch this." I was like, "Okay." I sat down for about a half hour and then passed out. So, yeah, I watched it.
Okay.
What's up?
Whatever.
Yeah, no.
I watched Walking Dead just a little bit. That's about it, though. Probably.
I watched a couple episodes of Dragon Ball. I watched a couple episodes of that 90s show. We started another. What did we watch? The first episode of. Worst Ex Ever. It's on Netflix. You never heard of? You ever heard the show Worst Roommate Ever?
Yeah.
It's the same thing, only about
Oh.
exes. We got 2 episodes into that. The first one's really fucked up, but like
Are they just talking about
it's
the ex or like?
they're talking. Well, it's like the worst roommate ever, but they're talking to people who have had encounter with like terrible exes. Like the first one was about a girl. She dates this guy. Turns out he's like a fucking psychopath. And then the second one's about this girl who dates a guy who she thought was a cop. Turns out he wasn't a cop, and all kinds of crazy shit. So, so I think there's 4 episodes altogether, but they're pretty good to watch, and it really makes you think, wow, you really just can't trust some fucking people, you know. Other than that, though, I don't think we watched any movies this week.
I'm telling you what, me and Jeremiah ever split up. I get a divorce. I'm just being single the rest of my. I'm
Right. That's
done. I
nuts.
give up. I give up. I'm done.
But I don't think we watched any movies this week. Not that I can remember. I don't think. No, I don't think we did. I mostly been playing playing the first Space Marine game because Space Marine 2 comes out this week, and I'm like really excited. So I'm like playing through the first one because I bought it a long time ago and played like halfway through it and then stopped for some reason. But I'm going back. I just started playing it again. I'm like about to finish it, and I'm like, this game is fucking awesome because it's just like blood and guts and gore. It's like if you like Gears of War, like it plays a lot like that third person. And the second one looks awesome because this one's gonna have like multiplayer and co-op, and the graphics look fucking amazing. So I'm really excited for it, and I'm a big Warhammer fan, so I'm excited to see how the game is. Comes out Thursday.
I'm still waiting for Little Nightmares to come out.
I fucking bought that new Concord game on Steam,
Yeah.
and they pulled that shit. They shut the game down. They refunded my money. I just like was looking through my emails today. It said Steam purchase refunded. I was like, what? What fucking game? Like $63. I'm like, okay. So I go to my Steam because it wouldn't tell me what game it was. So I went to my Steam and I'm like, why did they refund Concord? I was like, did they make it free? I go and looked. I go to the Steam or to their store page, and like it's not even on there. Like it's on there, but like they said that they pulled the game. I'm like, why? So I Googled it. Turns out the game only had like at any point at its highest peak only had like 700 players playing it. I'm like, wow. And it was like it was a fun game, and it had great graphics. It was like an online hero shooter. Like you could tell they put a lot of time into it, and it was just like they just shut the game down because nobody was playing it. I was like, that is fucking insane. So, and if you saw the game, you're like, wow, that does look awesome, you know, and it looked good. It was like Overwatch, actually, a lot like that. It was like Overwatch meets Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what it was. And then they shut the game down. I was like, how wild. Like, that game had to cost...
I didn't hear anything of that game until Joseph...
Because they didn't fucking advertise it.
Yeah, there was
no
advertisement on
No
on
advertisement for it. I was
If
like,
they
why
would
aren't they like
advertise
pushing
it,
the
they
advertisement
probably-
on this game?
If
at
there
all?
was some
didn't do well.
advertising on the game, they probably would have done a lot better.
But then again, you got that Marvel Rivals coming out in December. That would have killed the game anyway. Because it's the same
Same
thing,
concept.
only it's fucking Marvel. So,
Yeah.
that's going to destroy that game. But yeah, that's literally all. I've been that and D&D and paint my miniatures. I don't do much else. So that's about it. And I work. Which I might have some time off here soon. Oh.
So real.
Yeah. Anyway. I'm tired. Let's
Stop.
move on.
The cutest thing. So Xavier, right?
Thank you. I am the
Not
cutest
you.
thing.
Xavier. So whenever I yawn, one of my eyes will close, and Xavier does this thing before bed. I'll be like, "Are you getting tired?" He goes, "Ah." He copies me, and I'm like, "You are so adorable. You don't have to go to bed yet."
You can stay up.
He's like, "Yeah,
All right.
yeah."
Let's go ahead and get into our movie this week.
Let's talk about the movie.
All right. This week we watched Get Out. Jordan Peele. Karen, you got a plot synopsis for us?
I do. A young black man visits his white girlfriend's cursed family estate. He finds out that many of its residents who are black have gone missing in the past.
Do you want me to read it?
Is it Kaluuya? Is that how you say his last
Yeah.
name? Kaluuya. Daniel Kaluuya. I can't even say it. Kaluuya. Chris Washington. Allison Williams plays Rose Armitage. Catherine Keener plays Missy Armitage, and Bradley Whitford plays Dean Armitage. That's as far as I'm going to go, because that's pretty much most of the people that are on screen most of the time.
All right.
Put that cookie down!
Hold on.
I'm just saying.
Would
the
you
name.
watch? Would you recommend, Eric?
I would watch again, and I would tell people to watch it. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and yes. I think it's a good movie. Yeah.
I'm going to say yes and yes, but only because the first time I watched it, I didn't care for it as much. Watching it this time, I'm like, wow. Like, it's like I said, the Jordan Peele movies. That's why I said, should I rewatch Us? Because I feel like the more I watch his movies, the more I appreciate them. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I felt about this movie.
I don't know. I liked Get Out the first time I watched it.
I think the first time I watched it, I felt like it was too overhyped. Like, I walked into the movie thinking, like, why is this movie so fucking hyped?
Honestly, I heard a lot of hype about it, but I didn't really care. I just thought it was going to be good. And then Nope. I liked Nope the first time, but watching it the second time, man, I loved it the second time.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-uh.
God, I loved it the second time.
What about
Even
you?
Better. Yes and yes.
It still doesn't hold a candle to Nope. I mean, it does hold a candle to Nope, but Nope is, like, really good, and
I think it's because it's horror. Like, it is outright horror. That movie is terrifying.
it is terrifying. This one is more
Especially-
psychological.
It's a
and
Especially
well, I would
social
say,
commentary.
yeah, I'd say more social.
I think
But
it's, for me, it's like I can get behind the social commentary and horror. I can totally understand that using that platform as a way to talk about things. But I watch movies to get away from reality. So, like, I'm not saying that I hate that. It's fine. I don't mind it. I'll watch those kind of movies and it's fine. But, like, I like when I can escape, mostly.
okay.
So
I meant for like Nope. I think it's more terrifying in the way of
It's
you know what
absolutely
those
terrifying.
people are going through. And
Yeah.
it's very claustrophobic looking.
it's so terrible. Well, you know what's happening.
Being
That is
digested.
fucking terrifying.
There's literally an alien hiding in the clouds
And it's
Alien
eating people.
that is eating people.
And you got to see them getting eaten, and you heard them screaming, and it's
Being
fucking
digested.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Being digested.
Yeah. It's
Crazy.
fucking terrifying.
All right. Go ahead and read the movie, Madison.
Pooping out their blood.
Get
On
out.
top of their house.
Black photographer Chris Washington is reluctant as he prepares to meet the family of his white girlfriend Rose Armitage. Later at the Armitage house in upstate New York, Rose's brother Jeremy and their parents, neurosurgeon dean and hypnotherapist, hypnotherapist Missy, make disconcerting comments about black people. Chris witnesses strange behavior from the estate's black housekeeper, Georgina, and groundskeeper, Walter. When Chris is unable to sleep, Missy pressures him into a hypnotherapy session to cure his smoking addiction. In a trance, he expresses guilt over his mother's death and a hit and run when he was a child, and sinks into a void Missy calls the sunken place. The next morning, he assumes that the encounter was a dream until Walter acknowledges their brief encounter the night before. Georgina unplugs his phone, accidentally draining his battery. Dozens of wealthy white people arrive for the Armitages, right? Annual get-together. They express admiration for Chris's physique and black figures such as Tiger Woods. Jim Hudson, a blind art dealer, takes a particular interest in Chris's photography skills. Chris meets another black man, Logan King, who behaves strangely and is married to a much older white woman. Chris calls his... Whatever happened to him?
Who?
Logan, the guy that was abducted. Did they ever...
No, we don't know what happened to him.
He went home
He
with
just
his
went home with
new wife.
His new old white
That
wife.
poor guy, man. And the other guys, too.
Could you imagine being stuck inside that dude's brain, watching yourself have sex with that woman?
Ooh.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
You don't have a choice.
Right, but you're like sitting there literally as she like rampages your body because of, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't imagine. It's like
Like she got to pick that body.
Yeah. Like you have to sit back and watch yourself have sex with that old lady all the time. Like I think I'd have to kill myself somehow, find a way.
I don't know.
I'd just turn around.
What happens if they do? Because, like, why do they have to keep them alive? That's another question I have. Why do they have to keep the consciousness alive?
I don't know either. That's weird because that's what I don't understand about this. Like, yeah, they do a brain transplant, and he said that they leave enough of your brain in there to where you're pretty much just your consciousness is still there, but you're out. You don't have any control.
Yeah.
I'm like, so why? But then you still have the consciousness of another person in there also. So how does that work?
Can you live with only a part of your brain? I thought you needed your whole brain.
No, essentially they're transplanting the consciousness is how I understand it. So like, and they have to, they said they have to leave a certain amount of the original consciousness in there, but why?
That's the only gripe with this movie that I have. That I'm like, why do they have to remain inside?
Like you'd think that it would be much more beneficial to
do
just
a full brain
get rid of,
transplant.
wipe that person
The
out
full
completely.
brain transplant.
Yeah, wipe out the old consciousness completely. Because to me, that seems dangerous, right? Like at any point, that the flash in the camera.
Yeah.
How often do you see flashes in your daily life? I mean, like there's times you'd be watching TV or hell, I mean, a lightning flash or
a lightning flash, a fucking just driving down the road and like a headlight.
Yeah, somebody flashed your brights at you or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm just saying, like the odds of never seeing a flash in your lifetime are zero. So. It seems like a pretty weakness.
Yeah, that's all it takes is a flash, and then you're waking up with his hands around your throat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's...
Yeah. You don't have them on call or, like they're not in the next room. You're lucky it happened at their dinner or their party,
And he's literally walking around with a fucking camera.
Yeah.
So you think they'd have been like, they would have known that triggers something like that. And
I mean, this can't be the first time that's happened.
This ain't the first time. They got to know that flash triggers something. And he's walking around with a goddamn camera, like, taking pictures of people. Not to mention, you would think, another gripe that I have is you would think that they would be weary of him having a cell phone there and seeing that other dude. You know what I mean? Like, they just let him, walk around willy-nilly and all that.
I guess they can't raise the alarm too quickly. That's why she kept unplugging it. I mean, I get certain aspects of it, but like,
Yeah.
There's certain things that don't make any sense.
I get it too. I get that they had to keep him there and that for so long so they could do the auctions.
Just enough, like just comfortable enough, but not so comfortable that he could, get away either. So,
Right.
I mean, I get certain aspects of it, but I didn't understand the consciousness thing and it being so easy to knock that consciousness forward.
Right. I don't understand that either. That I did have a problem with that, actually. And also, I want to talk about the cop at the beginning. I thought that cop was kind of just doing his job. It's routine checkup to ask people for their IDs. To usually they do it to check for warrants and things like that. But the way she reacted, I get why she did it, because no paper trail, like you said.
Yep.
But the way she went about it just reminded me of a white girl with a black boyfriend complex. Like, oh, you're just doing it because he's black, right? And he's like, dude, it's cool, chill. You know what I mean? And he's handing it. It's like, it's just one of those things. Like, yeah, I bet this happens all the time with black guys who date white girls, or vice versa. You know what I mean? Like black guys or black girls with white dudes.
I catch myself a lot of times when I watch movies like this, and again, I think that it happens because of where we live, and it not being something that we deal with on the daily, I suppose. But you see those kind of things, and you're instantly like, okay, come on, off your high horse here,
Yep.
But then I ask myself, in areas where it is a problem, is that really a high horse? You know what I mean? Like I try to put myself into those situations.
Because I know that
I don't know.
in bigger cities and things like that, it tends to be a problem. But
Like to be on guard.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
I get that. But I also find it hard. Like, this might be, like you said, because we live in a smaller area.
and nobody cares here. Like
nobody gives a shit about that kind of thing, and our cops don't.
Or
act
it's
that
a
way.
much the population of people that would care is so small here that they
It's so
dare
weird
not
because like
speak.
they're always about like cops racial profiling and stuff,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I've never heard of a cop doing this where we're from.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's very.
I mean, I'm sure there are racist people here.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not saying that that's not a thing. Just that it is such a unheard of thing around here that if somebody were to voice it, they'd get squashed pretty quickly, I feel like,
Right, yeah.
That's all I'm saying. But all I'm saying is that, we have such a different worldview of where those issues really stand, I suppose. That when I see things like this on screen and I start to get a little annoyed about it.
I'm not going to yell.
Yeah. When I start to get a little annoyed by it, I wonder.
Are you happy or are you gonna fuck me up?
I think it might be enough.
I'm not going to yell. I'm just simply going to send a text.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of this shit now.
Knock it off.
Chill the fuck out. Sorry.
You will
anyway.
go to sleep,
I
or
just
I will
wonder if
make
it's
you go
like
to
our-
sleep.
Our worldview, we're so quick to say, like, get off your high horse, he's doing his job. But being on the defensive, is that just sort of how it is for, how it is for them? I don't know. I mean, I'm just throwing
I don't
it
know.
out
I don't
there.
know what it is to be black these days.
Mm-mm.
'Cause I'm
Or
not black.
or the girlfriend of a black man. You
Yeah,
know?
or
I mean,
yeah. I've never been a girlfriend of a black man, so.
You weren't? I had heard you were at one point.
I mean, if it
What
pays
about
the right
that-
amount.
What about that one person?
Hmm?
A while back.
What?
Back
You
when
know
you had
what I'm
long
talking
hair.
That dude?
Yeah,
A
yeah.
dude? Oh.
Whenever
We don't
your
talk about
hair
him. He
was
broke-
like down to here.
broke-
and
he
it
broke his
wasn't,
heart.
He
like,
broke my heart.
back here.
Not back here.
Yeah, we don't talk about him. He was so mean to your dad.
Oh.
Trauma.
Oh.
That's Heartbreak City. Like B.
What the fuck ever.
Took years to get over him.
I don't see any tears.
That's because
I
we don't
think
talk
He's good at
about
hiding
Crying
it.
on the inside.
Shush.
him.
With a smile on the outside.
All right, come on, continue.
Oh, thank you. Chris calls his friend TSA officer Rod William about the strange behavior. Chris tries to photograph Logan unconspicuously, but when his flash goes off, Logan becomes hysterical, shouting at Chris to get out. The others restrain him, and Dean claims that Logan had a seizure. Away from the party, Chris convinces Rose that they should leave. Meanwhile, Dean holds an auction with a photo of Chris. I was wondering what they were doing.
Oh, that bingo thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was a
It was
slave
an auction.
auction.
Yeah.
It was a silent auction.
Oh, it was very reminiscent of a slave auction, though.
Was it?
You know, oh, yeah. That's what he was going for. Come on.
Oh, I didn't know.
Rod recognizes Logan as Andre Hayworth, a missing man. Suspecting a conspiracy, Rod goes to the police, but no one believes him. While Chris packs to leave, he finds photos of Rose in prior relationships with black people, including Walter and Georgina, contradicting her claim that Chris is her first black boyfriend. I have a question. How did that thingy open? It just kind of like popped open.
What?
That little door.
It didn't just pop open, it was just hanging open.
Yeah, it was just hanging open.
Oh, well, I thought I heard a click, and then that's
No,
what caught his
it
attention.
had been opened earlier.
Yeah.
Somebody kept opening it. I'm sure she was doing it.
I'm sure
Like,
it was her, yeah.
Yeah,
Which is pretty
give him
stupid on her part.
Well, no, they give him little clues. They want him to be creeped out.
Yeah.
Why?
They're psychos,
Yeah,
especially
maybe,
her.
but- Yeah. Oh,
She gets
yeah.
a kick out of that
Dude,
shit.
I tell you what, some of them scenes with her, whenever she finally, like,
Yeah.
Snaps.
like, turns into actual her, I'm just like, dude, she plays crazy so well. Like, whenever she's on the phone
Yeah.
with
And
that
her
straight,
voice is
and
like,
her voice is like, oh my God, really? And she just got a straight face this whole time. I'm like, dude, that
No
bitch knows how to
way.
act.
the acting in this movie is fucking
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. Like, she was awesome. Like, I
Mhm.
honestly was like,
Then she knew exactly when he put her on speakerphone. She was like, "Yeah, now I'm just really gonna, you're gonna fuck my brains out." Like it was like, oh, like she knew.
He knew too. He was like, "Oh, that's psycho. She
Yeah.
knows."
Yeah,
Yeah.
One other,
That smart
since we're
bitch.
talking about Rod, his best friend.
he was awesome.
he was.
He
was
absolutely
probably the
was.
best part
He
of my
was
movie.
like the best part of the movie for
He
sure.
fucking, yeah, was.
But you're telling me that nobody ever had a best friend before? Somebody that gave a shit and was gonna just be relentless about it?
well,
Maybe.
And-
not
I feel like they took certain
resources.
precautions with these sort of things.
Sure they
too.
did. I'm sure they
and that's
did.
where she came in.
I'm
you know?
sure. But she used her real fucking name.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
You dumb bitch.
Yeah, you would think that like somebody would be investigating her
I mean, unless they
on
use
all
a,
these
well,
disappearances.
and you could even say like, oh, well, they use a different house every time they,
No,
do
it's
a
the same
do it.
one.
It's the same house because that's what's in the video. It's
Yeah.
the same house in the video. So like, you can't even say that. Like I thought, oh, maybe they just move houses. Oh, nope, there's a fucking house. So I mean,
But I
They're
also,
just-
unless Rod shows up and then
so
they
the
use
thing
his
is,
ass too. But
I think that this is a
that's
cult.
That's sloppy.
This is a sort of cult,
Mhm.
and I think that in that case, they probably have the money and the power to cover up tracks and pay people off.
Not
Yeah,
That's
but
my guess.
At what point does it get too big?
I don't know. Maybe we should develop
Whatever
a
they
series
all
about this
did.
cult.
I just don't know how you erase it. Like, at what point, like, it's sloppy, I guess is what I'm saying.
I think that the way that they wrangle these dudes is sloppy.
Oh yeah,
Especially Jeremy's way. You're telling me in that
In that neighborhood,
neighborhood, nobody saw a thing.
yeah.
Nobody saw anything.
he was blaring music too. It wasn't
Yeah.
like he didn't have no music playing
Yeah.
or anything. He had blaring.
He straight
music.
did a Yui in the fucking road, fucking banged him over the or put him to sleep, put him in the back. Like nobody saw that.
Mhm.
I don't care if he's black or not. Somebody's calling the police. Like,
That's
hey,
what I'm
somebody just got
saying.
fucking. You know what I mean? Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying, like,
I'm pretty sure that song was called "Tiptoe Through the Tulips" or something like that. It's
Tiny
a really
Tim.
freaky song.
it's
by
so
Tiny Tim.
Yeah.
It's so sloppy.
it is very. I agree. It is sloppy. But
There's
I don't
no
think
way they
that.
could
I
have
don't think
gotten
that's
away
the
with
point
it.
of the movie. It's not meant to
It's
be.
not. It's not. But I'm just saying, there's no way they could have gotten away with it for this long.
Yeah, you're right.
With those kind of.
Especially whenever he was flipping through them photos, I'm like, holy shit! There's like at least a dozen or more in there
Yeah.
that they've.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm just saying, like, they couldn't have gotten away with it for this long if that was their tactics this whole time.
Yeah.
I will say that the daughter did have the best deal out of the whole thing. She getting to run around and bang people.
I was gonna
She
say,
got all that
she
black
get
D,
AIDS.
too. All
Well,
that
she got
Black
that
D.
one girl too. I mean, maybe they were just friends, but They looked awfully cozy.
Yeah, she looked familiar too. I've seen her in something else.
Yeah, I know she did look familiar.
I don't know what, but I've seen her in something else.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'll look it up. Keep reading.
He tries to leave the house, but Rose and her family block him. Chris attacks Jeremy, but Missy uses a trigger that she implanted during his hypnosis, knocking him out. Chris awakens strapped to a chair in the basement. In a video presentation, Rose's grandfather, Roman, explains that the family transplants their brains into other bodies, granting them preferred physical characteristics and a twisted form of immortality. Hudson tells Chris the host's consciousness remains in the sunken place. Sucking place. No?
Sunken.
I know, I accidentally said sucking place.
Sucking place.
Conscious but powerless. Although the Armitages target mainly black people, Hudson reveals he wants Chris's body only for sight and his photography skills. Mostly black people. That was only black people.
So she's been in a bunch of stuff. Her name is Betty Gabrielle. She
looks like a Betty.
She was in Upgrade, which is a good movie. Very underrated good movie. Purge election year.
That's it.
Manhunt.
Oh yeah, Purge.
What else was she in? Clickbait. The Spine of Night. See, I don't remember her from any of this stuff. She was in. Well, I bet I've seen her in Westworld. I bet that's what it was. Skyline Beyond. Yeah, I bet I remember her probably from Westworld, which is an also very underrated show. Anyway, yeah.
Missy performs hypnosis, seemingly knocking Chris out. When Jeremy comes to fetch Chris for the surgery, Chris bludgeons him unconscious with a bucket. Oh, I don't know, a ball. Having blocked the ball, he knocks him out with that ball.
What was it called?
I don't know, BOCCE. A
Boke?
Bosch?
A boke? A bok?
Would it be Bosch?
Botch?
A rich people game.
Boch? Yeah, rich people game, kind of like croquet. Yeah.
Having blocked
More like
the
croquet.
hypnosis by plugging his ears with cotton stuffing pulled from the chair.
Game nobody wants to
He
play.
impales Dean through the throat with the antlers of a deer mount, causing Dean to knock over a can. I was not expecting him to come around the corner with a
He
deer
did, too.
mount.
He straight killed the dad with
Bocce.
like ease. Bocce.
That's bocce.
He straight killed the dad with
Bocce.
like ease with the deer head.
Fuck yeah.
Just like impaled his ass. And
That
then
was
took
pretty
out mom
nice.
pretty quick, too.
You know, I don't understand why they didn't wait until they were, like, why they started surgery before they had them both in there. Who does that?
I don't know. That, and you would think that he might have seen the cotton in his ears.
Listen, that dude literally got saved by picking cotton.
I wasn't going to say it.
That's fucked up.
It's a thing. It's part of what they teach in,
Okay.
the college course. I'm
It's
not
just-
even kidding. I looked up all kinds of stuff because I was like,
You think you threw that in there as like...
no, like I was watching it and I was like, and no, it's part of what they discuss. It's I'm not.
He was saved by picking cotton.
He was saved by picking cotton. It's there is a. You're supposed to see that.
He's like playing with it. I'm like,
But how did he get it to his ears? He couldn't lift his. They were strapped with.
But
straps.
remember he was trying to
down
like
and
bite the
it?
thing. So why couldn't he get his head to
How
it?
could he get his head down there like?
He was
that?
trying to bite the straps off his arm. He got his head down there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was-
like
he was-
undo the buckle with his
But
head
how
mouth.
did he get his fingers to his ears?
How did he get his mouth to the wrist straps?
Can he?
Yeah, he went-
Okay, but you lifted your hand to do that.
No, I'm saying like that's what he went down to try to bite the wrist straps.
All
earlier.
he's gotta
trying
do is put his
undo the
fingers
straps
on.
with his mouth.
Okay,
earlier.
but without lifting your hand,
Yeah.
put your finger to your ear.
Without-
Without lifting your.
Okay, without
Okay.
lifting your hand, put your mouth to your wrist.
Put my mouth to my wrist.
Yeah, without lifting your hand.
I
And
can't.
he's all-
I have boobs.
I
in
was
the way.
able to do
Okay,
it.
but
And
I'm just
he's
saying-
not even as fat as me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't. That's what I'm getting at. I can't.
It's because you got boobs, like
That's
you
what
said.
I'm saying. I have boobs in the way. But I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, like, it didn't look to me like he could lift or do.
Yeah, because remember he was trying to bite them straps off.
If
Undo
he
the
could get
straps
his
with
mouth
his
to his
mouth.
strap,
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
I guess it just didn't look like logistically possible to me.
That
with
that
those straps.
seat was fairly like.
Yeah, I
You know
mean,
what I
he
mean?
had it was
Yeah.
basically like this. So I mean, if he could,
I don't know.
you know,
Logistically,
this, I'm
didn't
sure
look
he could go
Oh,
like
easily,
this, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
because of those straps being so thick. But
But you
But
think
he
he'd be
could've-
paranoid about like them seeing
there
him do
wasn't
that?
enough of that. But
I know he pulled out just this little bit. I'm like, yeah, dude, you're still gonna hear
you're
that.
still gonna hear it.
Continue.
Thank you.
Not if you're humming.
No, they.
La 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 la.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
He impales Dean through the throat with the antlers of a deer mount, causing Dean to knock over a candle and set fire to the operating room with Hudson inside. Chris encounters Missy, who tries to hypnotize him, but instead gets stabbed in the eye by Chris. He is then attacked by Jeremy as he heads toward the door, but he overpowers and kills Jeremy by repeatedly stomping on his skull before leaving in his car. I wish they would have
I
shown
was so
that.
happy when he killed.
I wish they would have shown that, though.
Yeah, when Jeremy died, I was so happy.
Dude, that guy was so ugly.
He was such a tool.
If
Yeah,
he didn't have money, like, he would be incredible. He would be, like, the creepiest guy in that state.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got money, so he's allowed to not be in jail. He's fucking disgusting. His mustache looks like somebody shaved pubes off, rolled them in dirt, and then glued them to his face.
he just looked greasy.
He
all
looked
the time.
greasy, and he was like a ginger albino or something.
Yeah,
I
but it
don't
also
know.
he didn't just look greasy. It looked like somebody it looked like he combed his hair over because he's bald, right? He combed his hair all the way over, and then put him in a ponytail. That's what his hair looks like.
It is really messy.
It doesn't even look like there's a. It literally looks like he has like only hair over here, and then he like grew it down to his knees,
So
and
he
then
could comb it
combed
over
it all the way
and
over,
bunch it all up and shit.
and bunched it all
and make
up
it look messy
and then
and stylish.
just tied it in a pony. That's what it looks like.
I could do that.
Could you?
Yeah.
I want to see that. Just shave all of your hair except for one like strip here,
Yeah.
and then just I want to see that. I want to see.
What hair?
I want to see that. Sorry,
All right, go ahead.
he was so ugly.
Um,
We're allowed to say that because he was a bad guy.
before leaving in his car, but hits Georgina. Remembering his mother's death, he carries Georgina into the car. However, possessed by Rose's grandmother, Marion, she attacks him. During the clash, the car crashes, smashing her head against a tree and killing her. Rose apprehends him with Walter, who is possessed by Roman. Chris uses the flash on his phone to neutralize Roman, allowing Walter to regain control of his body. Walter takes Rose's rifle, shoots her in the stomach, and shoots himself in the chin, killing both him and Roman. Chris begins to strangle Rose but stops. Rod arrives in a TSA car and rescues Chris, leaving Rose bleeding on the road until she finally dies.
There's gonna be a
Finally.
there's gonna be a second one because she did not die.
I don't think they'll do a second one.
No, I don't think
Um,
so either.
But
No one's coming for them.
if they
though.
wanted to, they could easily bring her or even the mom back. Really,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they could easily bring those two back, and
hell, they could even bring back the dad if they wanted to. Say
I
that they didn't
wouldn't.
die.
They could bring up. They could bring.
Maybe
Yeah.
not the son,
Yeah, maybe not, but
because
You-
he kind
you
of got
heard
his
him
face
get
kicked
squished.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, they could.
They
He
might
don't-
show
he
it
don't
or
need to
something.
come
Hey,
back.
number one
They could
horror
definitely
movie rule.
improve on that face.
Hey, number one horror movie role. If you didn't see it, it didn't happen.
It's
And
true.
we did not see his head smash.
we heard it.
It's
That
true.
don't mean nothing.
I
He
heard
could
it.
be just deformed
Doesn't
now.
mean anything.
I heard it though.
He
Hey,
was
you've seen all
deformed.
those Jason movies, right?
Uh-huh.
These ones?
They can get away with that.
Yeah, if
They can get away with bringing
that.
Jeremy back.
I don't know where they
He
could
never
go with
dies.
a second. I don't know where they could go with a second
Oh, we
movie.
don't want
No,
them
I don't
To
think
make
he's.
it
I don't
better.
think he's going to make a sequel.
I don't see him making one because he's like, why would I want to make a sequel to a movie that?
The point of this was not like.
Yeah, it's not franchise material.
Yeah, it's not franchise. It was to tell a social story, and that was already said and told. So I don't think that this
I don't
is
think he'll do it.
for a sequel or anything.
Unless
like
he
that.
loses the rights somehow.
Yeah, they could do it
And-
for a cash grab or
yeah.
whatever, but I don't think he's I think he's told the story that he meant to tell.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't think that there's going to be a sequel or anything.
Okay.
Does anybody have any notes or anything they want to go over with the movie?
Did anybody else draw parallels? I don't know if anybody else really even saw this movie, but I was drawing some parallels to the Skeleton Key movie. You ever seen it with Kate Hudson?
No.
No, I've never seen it, but I know what you're talking about. It was from like 2010
Something like So
or 11 or something.
Everybody, they love the fact that this is like so, original.
Or I might have seen it. I don't remember.
Well, I'm a big proponent of saying there's only like 5 original stories, right?
Yeah.
So you can't really say that anything's really original, but you can put an original spin on it. So I will say he did put an original spin on it, but the whole like body switching thing, it's been done. I saw Skeleton Key was one. I've seen that already, especially with trying to keep people immortal. That was a whole thing in Skeleton Key. They already did this. But it wasn't a racial thing. So what he did was put the racial spin on it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that. And then also, I loved Rod's theory that the mom was hypnotizing everybody to use them as sex slaves. That shit was funny to me.
Shit was funny.
That was it.
Yeah. Rod was awesome in this fucking movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was always on some shit.
I love it when he goes into the police and he's like, da, 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 and she's gonna use them as sex slaves, and that's when he lost them.
And then she's like,
all right, well, I'm just gonna tell
Hold on.
and she gets 2 more dudes in there.
and then they're like he's being 100% serious.
He's
And
like,
they're
all
giving
right,
him that serious look.
when are we leaving?
Like, all right, what do we do from here? What are we going to do? What's the game plan? And they just start cracking
well,
up
yeah,
on
and then
him.
she's like, don't say I never gave you nothing. Don't say I never gave you nothing. Yeah.
Don't say never do nothing.
Oh, yeah, something
It's
like
funny
that.
because that girl was also on Mad TV.
Yeah.
I just think it's awesome that he's like casting some of his old people from Mad TV in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else?
That was it for me.
Anything else? Anything you guys want to touch on?
You know what? That game room, though? That looked like the least fun game room.
Dude,
What?
that looked like a game
Where
room.
he woke up?
That looked like
was
a game room that morphed into a fucking sex dungeon.
You serious? That was a game.
It looked
room? I
like,
couldn't even
it looked like the
tell.
game room of Doom. Did not look like a fun place.
No,
at
and that
all.
little box TV down there? Like,
Yeah. It looked like the least fun game room.
it did.
Of
Would it
the
have
world.
like a ping pong table in it? That was it?
Well, and that bocce ball, apparently.
I'd enjoy it.
There's a ping pong table, a shitty TV, and a bocce ball. We're in.
My question is, who do you think in that house plays ping pong?
The dad.
The dad. Definitely the dad.
The dad. Yeah, the dad.
Definitely the dad.
And he makes Jeremy play with him.
Fuck yeah, and he probably hates every minute of it.
That's why he's a psycho.
Yeah.
Because his dad made him play ping pong.
Yep. That's why that bocce ball's in there, because he's like, one of these days I'm going to pick that fucker up and throw it at you.
Yeah. Public service announcement. Don't make your kids play ping pong with you. The more you know.
Madison plays ping pong with me.
But you don't make her.
No, she likes it.
See? That's the important part. You don't
Helps
make
me
them.
learn how to play pickleball,
I mean, I guess.
As far as you know.
as far as I know. I just watched someone walk by outside, but I might not know because I might be crazy from playing ping pong.
No, the distinction is that he doesn't make you.
Or does he?
Or does he? I don't know. I'm not
know.
here for it.
She's like, now I'm
He's
confused.
hypnotized.
I don't know. You're telling me that he does, then he doesn't. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't
Maybe
know.
he hypnotized me. Are you a hypnotherapist?
Huh? How
He
would
doesn't
you
even
know?
drink tea. No.
I don't even drink tea.
No, but he drinks that stuff.
That's like tea. Makes you feel better.
Maybe every time he takes
Long
a drink,
Island
that's
iced
the
tea.
trigger. Every time he takes a drink, that's the trigger.
Oh God!
You're triggered a lot then.
No wonder you're so confused.
No wonder I'm always overstimulated.
All right. All right, so if everybody's done with their notes and everything, let's go ahead and move on into rating and reviewing Get Out from 2017.
Okay, if you insist.
Let's go, this bitch.
Where do you want me to go?
All right,
To the streets.
so
Stay away from that car of yours, too.
where...
There's a bomb in
Let's start with Madison.
it.
Let's start with Madison, what do you think of Get Out?
I like this movie. I thought it was pretty good. It was a good, I think I don't know what kind of movie it is. I don't know. I'll probably watch it again though.
Good thriller.
Yeah, that word. I thought they could have shown the guy's head being smashed
I
in.
agree. Give us a little
Yeah.
more
That
gore.
would have been cool.
A little more gore.
A
Would
little more
nice.
gore.
Yeah. And then there
Yeah,
was
but what's
something
the
else
point?
they didn't show too.
What's the point?
No, I said I don't think that's the point.
I know that's not the point, but it would have been better.
No, I'm
it
not
would have made
saying-
it better.
No, I'm saying that I think that he didn't do it on purpose because it would cheapen it. I'm not saying I agree or disagree. I'm just
I
saying
think it
that
would have made it better.
that was his point
Right.
in not doing it.
But I think there was something else that they didn't show gore for, but I can't remember what it was.
Make it look like Jello.
Yeah, the woman getting stabbed in the eye. Or wherever he stabbed her.
That could have been artistic. Like that, he could have done that in a.
What
I don't
woman?
know.
I wanted to see that too.
Oh yeah, the mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I wanted to see that too.
With like the hand going into her eye with the
Yeah,
That
I
would've
thought
made
that
it
was
so
he
much
was
better.
like he was not even he was in that mode
'Cause he was pissed.
Yeah,
not
he's like, oh,
even
you
Dude,
Adrenaline's
you put
pumping.
me in something like that, like a sunken place, and you think I'm gonna live there forever? I have no.
Yeah,
You
he
getting-
was like in a trance throughout that whole
I'll
thing.
go to
He was,
confession
like,
later.
Not phased by the hand.
Yeah, no, I've gotten no
I
regrets.
thought that was pretty.
Here's
cool.
my question. What do you think happened to him after he left? Because it definitely looked like he just murdered that whole family and walked away.
I'm gonna say he went home, took a shower, had a few drinks, probably.
I bet he
to
went
bed.
straight.
Slept
If
for
he
a
was
month.
smart, he went straight to the cops.
Well, he was.
How would
I don't
that?
know.
How would they have that? Or how would that have looked?
Yeah, I think that.
Well, once they found out that she had all these pictures with all these men who had been missing for all these years, it might corroborate, like work with his story.
But then
Not
you
to
see
mention
the
the fact,
stitching on
not
the
to mention the fact that he
foreheads.
had the dude down in the fucking basement with his brain out of his skull.
But there again, it goes back to what you were saying earlier. How deep does it go?
Money.
I know, yeah. Also,
Well, they
the
can't
house was
do
starting to
anything
catch
if it
fire,
did.
so did it burn?
Oh yeah.
So I
And
don't know.
it would have burned that body too.
Well, the black dude who
Well, they can find a lot of
The
things,
black dude
even
with
in
the gun
arson
at the
cases,
end
but
who-
still.
shot the girl, that was self-inflicted. That could be proven.
Mhm.
Not to
Oh
men-
yeah.
Not to mention the brain incision. So he was also missing. There's a missing report for him. So I don't know. I think that he'd get off. It would just take a minute.
I don't know, but
yeah,
he
yeah,
did-
it would get sticky for
He's
a while.
he's definitely going to spend some time in jail first, though.
But also, like, if it does go deep, they could just pin it on him, regardless of what the evidence says.
Yeah.
It'd be easy to.
Yep.
You could spin that all the way on him. And from our perspective, the public, we wouldn't know any different. You just see that on the news, a bunch of bodies sprawled everywhere with some crime scene tape. Yeah, I'm going to think one person did that.
True. Yeah. All right.
Which
Matt.
technically he did murder them all, but he had motive.
You had the right to.
Right.
Yeah, I would have done the same.
I
It was
definitely would have done the same.
self-defense.
I'd have killed every one of them white bitches.
Bye,
Anyways,
Felicia.
I thought it was a really good movie, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it. I'll give it a 7. Yeah, sure. I'll give it a 7.
Okay. I really like the movie better this time than I did the first time of watching it. I think because, like you said, with some of the things that you catch on to before the reveal at the end, you're like, holy shit, I didn't notice that before. But knowing how it ends, I see it now. So a lot of that stuff really actually makes it better to watch this time, a second time. Stuff like that, plus the social commentary on a lot of the social issues around black culture and white culture and how a lot of it's misrepresented. Do I think that white people tend to act that way a lot? No, not really. Do I think that they do act that way in some cases? Yes, I do. Especially those people in higher
society.
higher society. Yeah, I do believe they act that way.
Higher social status.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things in this movie that you could just take away. You can laugh at it. You can pick at it. Like she said, you can pick it apart with on with
The overall flavor is
Yeah.
that's not the important, part, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in this movie that's like that is fucking insane and crazy, and it's fun to just watch and analyze this entire movie. But it's a really good movie. So with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'll give it an 8 because I really liked it this time, a lot more than I did the first time. So,
for me, I think the biggest good thing with this movie is the acting. I think, especially with Daniel, like the way that his eyes can convey such terror and sadness all at once with the tears and just, I mean, you saw it with Nope too. His eyes are just.
He is the same guy from Nope, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, his eyes do so much acting.
He's a really good actor.
Yeah,
he's a very good actor.
And then the woman who played Georgina,
she and Us too.
I don't know. She that one scene where they were talking and they were talking about his cell phone, and she's like, she's talking, and she's smiling, right, and her whole face is smiling except for her eyes
that are crying.
And then she suddenly the one tear comes down her face.
You know how many times she probably had to practice that in the mirror?
No doubt.
Just looking at herself in the mirror to do it right. You know what I mean?
Because you could tell it was a real tear because it comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like she's just standing there and then all of a sudden there's just this one very quick tear and you're like, holy shit. I mean, that's amazing. Amazing acting there. And then I would say that the social commentary, I like that they have these classes built around this movie that you could literally pick this movie apart in 7 different ways and find all these different ways to look at it. And, you can find different ways that the social commentary fits. I think that that's amazing. So I think that not just from the fact that there's this movie here, but you have this overall more encompassing thing where, kids are actually learning things just from this movie. And then, like I said, from my very limited perspective, I try to look at it from a wider lens, and say, maybe things are a little bit different in other places, obviously. So I guess, I feel like there's obviously some plot points that I think they could have maybe rounded out a little bit better. I'd say, in my opinion, the biggest one is, her using her own name.
Yeah.
I forget the other one we talked about, but that was a really big one too. But there was 2 big ones for me. So that brings it down a peg for me. So, cause I was going to go like an 8.5, but I'm going to go 8. So that's me.
It is weird that it took her 4 months to get him there to that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 4 months. Because they said they had been dating for 4 months. It's like, you couldn't have done it a little faster, like within the first month.
Yeah.
Well, she also had to build that trust with him too.
But did you? If
It takes 4 months though.
Did
well,
you?
he didn't stop trusting her until he
I'm
found
just
those
saying,
pictures in the
did it
closet.
really take you should it take you 4 months? I'm thinking within the first month you can take him to your fucking parents. Like, hey, this is my new boyfriend.
And I think it's weird that you're going the first time you're meeting somebody's parents, you're going to stay the weekend.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be more like, hey, let's go to dinner with my parents a few times? Like, that's such a weird icebreaker. Like, hey, you're gonna go and stay at my parents' house for 2 nights. And we're gonna have 2 awkward breakfasts, that's so weird. Mm-hmm. The first time you meet somebody, you're gonna go and stay at their house.
Yeah, not to mention why do you need all this preparation? Like, if literally by the end of it, all you're gonna do is okay, maybe granted, hypnotizing him takes a little bit for her, maybe I guess to gain that kind of trust. But does it take 4 months, or does it you should be trying
that
to
timeline does seem
you should be trying
long.
to get your mom in front of that dude as quick as possible. You know what I mean? Like, getting your mom in front of him is the most important thing because she's the one who's got to hypnotize him. You would think that all right, after a few weeks, let's go have dinner with my parents so you can meet my mom, especially.
Yeah. You know,
I
that
think
other
the mom needs to teach her how to do it so she can
Is that
just
you?
do it.
Unless I had it on
that
back
other
Nope, not me.
scene with the mom and him, you know, when she gets ready to hypnotize him, and that anger in her voice when she's talking about him smoking.
Yeah.
And she says, "That's my kid." And she's like, she sounds really mad. But, you know, like, it was this time around, too, that I realized she's not mad because he's smoking around her daughter. She's mad because he's damaging the goods. You know what I mean? But, like,
Yeah.
the way she says, "That's my kid," like that anger, you know, and she's, you know, saying "that's my kid" at the same time. So it's like, you guys are so good, you know.
He wasn't that addicted anyway. Hell, he didn't smoke a cigarette for an entire day.
No,
He didn't even
no.
smoke while he was out there, did he?
No.
No.
He didn't even get a chance to light it up because that dude was running at him.
Dude, that scared me. He was just kind of standing there staring at him too. I was like, are you gonna, like, turn around and walk away? Like, what's going
Leave me alone! Don't come near me. Yeah, I would have screamed just
Yeah, if
looking
I
out of
saw
the dark and
someone
like,
running through me at the dark like that,
uh huh.
I could go back inside.
Yeah,
I'd lock all the doors.
I'd have turned into a screaming
Your
woman.
gardener is crazy.
I
He
put
was
my hand
running
up
at
for a
me.
high five while they run by.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
And he waited till he was like right up on him to like even back up a little bit. And then he did the turn and he was just kind of
I'd
looking
have stuck
at
my
him
foot
funny.
out.
Whoops.
Whoops, you
All right, Eric, what do you
So
think of Get Out?
that also got to me too. Like, why would this supposedly the grandpa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would he do that?
Why is he running? Why is he gotta keep
Oh,
up
they
with
explained
Because
that
he was an
earlier.
Olympic runner.
Yeah, remember that was where
Before
this
he-
whole thing
yeah.
began.
Okay, but
Really,
like,
because he lost to Jesse Owens.
Which was a black man who
He
won
was the
Olympic.
first black man.
okay, but
in
he was
the-
just standing down there at the end of the highway. He knows Chris is down there, so he just jets straight towards him.
They're trying to unnerve him. Why? I don't know. Because they
Okay.
can. Maybe it makes the surgery go smoother.
I also believe that with that, like,
Maybe it helps with the
you got to
hypnosis.
understand one thing in particular, one thing very specifically. The mind gets old and ages and goes too. The mind doesn't live forever. So the fact that they think that they can live forever is obscene to me
Yeah,
because the brain deteriorates too.
yeah.
Eventually, the mind does break down and give out.
Well, but they didn't transfer
Alzheimer's.
the brains. They just transferred the consciousness.
But that's what I'm saying. Even that would break down and give out.
You would think.
Because that's your entire personality. That's all of your memories. That's everything. That's everything. It breaks down eventually. So it's what. Yeah. So they're just like, making their way through life. Like it's wild to me.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that spiders, we kill so many of them that they're starting to evolve and starting to play dead?
Yeah, like your buddy over there.
You need to stay off the internet.
Just saying.
That's what he's doing.
Shut
Yeah,
up, Dad.
he's
He's
waiting.
still over there. He's been over there for weeks.
Yeah, he's waiting. He's waiting for the right
No,
time.
he's dead, dude. He's dead.
Nah, he's waiting for the right time to when she's not looking.
They're taking shifts.
Always looking.
It's actually his twin brother.
Yeah,
The one that was running at me. Literally running at me.
he's
Like the
he's
man
behind
that was
the
running
real
at this
one is
guy.
behind the poster right now.
If one came crawling out of there, I would have cried.
I would have died.
I had laughed.
I would have been on the ground dying. Anyways, because of this movie, I enjoyed the social like interactions and all that with it. As far as the thriller goes, it was just predictable, very predictable. I knew right off the get go it was the girl was in on it. I knew how like he was going to get out and all that right from the start. This is the first time I've ever watched this movie. So if it wasn't for the predictability on this movie, I probably would have given it an 8 to a 9 or an 8.5. But with the predictability to account, I'm going to go with a 7.
I'm gonna be honest, whenever I was watching this movie upstairs, I was like, oh, this is gonna be one of those movies where they like take their skin and wear it like really good. And I was looking at it, I was like, that's a fake black lady. That is a fake black lady. Like, that's a fake black
Waiting
person.
for sting. This is like some skin shit.
Yeah.
They walk around with some skin.
And then, like, and then we found out the grandma is the black lady. I'm like, oh. I was kind of right.
She's a robot. Aggregate 7.5.
All right.
I bet the critics
love
is
it.
way higher. I bet it's in the 90s. I bet it's probably. I'm going 95.
I'm going 93.
Oh,
You said 95, 93.
Yeah.
The critics?
Yeah, I bet they jerk off to this movie for sure.
85.
You said 85. The critics is the tomato meter, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you said 95, 93, 80. You got it.
What is it?
98.
I fucking knew it. I was going to go 98 too.
I thought about it too.
I was like, it's up there. It's not quite 100%, but it's up there.
Critic consensus is funny, scary, and thought-provoking. Get Out seamlessly weaves its trenchant social critiques into a brilliantly effective and entertaining horror comedy thrill ride. Where the hell do they get? There's
there were
literally
some funny
only
moments
there's
that were
only a
funny.
little bit
Comedy.
of comedy. In
I guess
there,
you
but
could
this-
see it as sort of satirical. Like, the movie is kind of satirical. Like, it definitely satirizes
the only comedy
white
was with his
relationship,
best
black
friend.
relationships, things like that, the way they interact, like the way the white people act with this black dude, they satirize it 100%. During that whole dinner party thing, that was played up for laughs. Yeah, it's creepy, but it's also played up for laughs.
I was more creeped out by it.
It's definitely creepy. I'm not saying that.
The only comedy I got out of it
But
was
I
his
wouldn't
best
call it
friend.
a fucking. I
That
wouldn't
Yeah,
go
was
as
it.
far
that's
as
all I got.
I wouldn't go as far as calling it a comedy. That's
I thought
ridiculous.
satirized? I thought that was
Satire.
not satirized.
Satirized, like to.
Satire.
It's
Yeah,
like
I know what it
satirical.
means.
Yeah, just it's. Yeah, I don't think
it
it's.
was
I don't think you should call it a
satirized.
comedy though. It's ridiculous.
So, audience,
It's gonna be
80.
high too.
8.
I bet it's higher than that.
85.
85.
Sure.
Fuck,
get it
I got
right,
you guys
Karen.
beat 90.
Matt's still going to take it.
What is it?
86.
Really?
Snap.
She $3'd you.
Boo.
I was gonna go with 85.
I said, bitch.
Looked her straight in her eye and I said,
Bitch.
All right.
I didn't say it.
So, let's go with the
Of
one
course,
stars.
just the men saying it.
Bitch.
Louis M. says, very overrated. I sincerely don't understand what people see in this movie. The way people talked about it made me think that it was going to be some seminal work that defined the genre for a new generation of horror directors, but it was very bland and predictable.
I disagree. I disagree with everything he said, as a matter of fact. I think that what Jordan
Other than
Peele is
predictable.
doing is reinventing horror. I think he's doing a great job of being original. He's setting himself apart from all other horror directors and the way that he directs and the stories that he tells.
Until he decided to do.
People Under the Stairs.
Yeah,
I think
he
that
fucked
I
up
think
there.
that but with Get Out, Nope, and Us,
Yes.
he set the bar for himself up here.
Yeah.
That like he's up here now with some of the greats.
Absolutely.
He's up there with like Wes Craven and things like that. He's
Yep.
gonna be remembered because he did 3 fantastic movies.
Yes.
So
In a row, right?
yeah, in a row, all back to back, all 3 of these movies. It's the only 3 movies he's got that he directed himself. I think he set himself apart from, a lot
For
of these.
sure. I'm
Like
not
your
denying
James
that
Wan.
fact.
James Wan's good, but let's face it, he's had a lot of duds too, and
Well, he's starting to go run of the mill. with his
exactly.
shit,
Yeah,
you know?
all his shit's the same. Jordan Peele is different, man, and every one of his movies says something different.
From the alien to the doppelganger to whatever that movie was.
Body
I mean, like,
Snatchers.
I agree. The only thing he
Snatchers,
said
yeah.
was that I agreed with was predictable. with the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, I mean, some people might find it predictable. I didn't think it was predictable in the sense, like, yeah, okay, you could tell that the girlfriend was probably in on it
Mm-hmm.
and things like that, and you knew the parents were crazy, but what the fuck was going on was the question for me, like, what's going to happen? What exactly is their motive? What is the...
I knew
What is the
there was
end
going to be
game?
hypnotism.
Yeah, something to do with hypnotizing,
knew-
but like I didn't know there was a brain transplant, and they were taking black dudes' bodies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like,
didn't know anything about that. I just thought they were just hypnotized, being used as being hypnotized. But
they're body snatchers.
yeah, but I didn't. But I did see like how things were playing out. You know what I mean? Right off the get. Mike R says a movie about
Racist. Mike racist.
a movie about I can't even say that word.
Ethnomasochist. Ethnomasochist.
Okay, that word. Promoted by communists.
I think he made up that word.
I have
Is that
no
really
idea.
a word? Ethnomasochist?
Look it up.
Ethnomasochist.
You can't just put two words together and call
Can
it a
you
word.
though? Can you? I mean, that's how they make words.
Friday, Monday. I just made a new
Masochist.
day.
Ethnomasochist.
Ethnomasochism.
Read it into the fucking mic.
I can't bring my phone close to the mic.
Let me see it. Let me see it.
No.
Let me see it.
There's not even...
Is there a description?
Self-loathing on the grounds of one's own race or ethnicity.
So,
It's on Wiki,
are you
so
saying
it's
that?
probably a made-up word.
I'm pretty sure that.
Are you saying
A
that
movie
Jordan Peele
about
was, like,
racists
loathing his
promoted by
own-
communists. That's what I'm getting from that.
Is the act of taking pleasure in contemplating the humiliation, subordination, or annihilation of one's own ethnicity.
So you're saying that Jordan Peele hates black people? That's what he's saying.
I
But
didn't get
promoted
that
by
at all.
communists.
Huh?
But promoted by communists.
Yeah.
I don't.
I
don't-
don't think so, man.
Yeah.
What's
I think
happening?
that's the case here.
Mike
No.
R, you've got us here.
I think you missed the point.
Stop making up words, dumbass.
JS, just a basic rendition of a play-out theme.
Huh?
What theme?
Dude, one of these days, these...
Body
I
snatchers.
think they mean played out theme,
Dude,
but
Yeah, what theme?
I don't,
body snatching. But to be fair, I wouldn't say it's played out.
And I wouldn't
One
say
of the
that
least played.
you can call this body snatching, but it's definitely told. It's like you said, taking an old idea and doing something completely new with it.
Well, I mean, like I said, there's only 5 original ideas. That's how you spin it.
Yeah, and they spun it in this movie
And I would
very
say
well.
body snatching is one of the least
Yeah,
used, if you want to be honest.
Magdalena N.
Cool name.
Yeah. 1.5 star. The film was nominated for an Oscar. This is insane. It is the most ordinary horror film. Every year we have 10 to 15 horrors
Ordinary.
like Get Out and much better than this.
name 3.
Yes, Magdalena.
Name 3.
I don't like your name anymore.
One of these days, these reviewers are gonna find us. And they're gonna be like, "Hey,
we ever get big, they're just
what
gonna
was that
start
other
like
guy's name?
bashing
Tom
us completely.
Racist, come over here, check this out, man."
Yeah.
We gotta
We'll go to
find
we'll go to some con or something.
Oh
They'll
yeah,
do a
yeah.
Q&A.
You remember me? I'm Magdalena. I'm gonna look at them like,
Magdalena
what?
who?
They're like, yeah,
Yeah,
you don't remember
You
reading
don't like my
review?
name anymore.
Magdalena.
Dick nut.
Like
No,
the
actually, I do like the
combo?
name Magdalena. What are you
I just don't
talking
like
about,
you.
ma'am?
Dick kick.
I
Pow.
would be that asshole too if we ever got to that point where we were doing cons or something. Like, hey, like if they come up to me and said, "Dude, you said this about my comment." Well, you're dumb. So I mean, that's my
bad.
opinion. You have your opinion. I voice my opinion about your stupid opinion.
And
That's
you
all
can
that
voice
was.
your opinion about my opinion.
Yeah. Now tell me what you think of my opinion.
Tell them the same
Oh,
thing.
by the way, I don't give a shit.
You're entitled to your wrong opinion. Bye.
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 Like, sorry, we're assholes.
You're the
I
one that
don't
posted
care.
it. I was just reading it and making fun
Yeah,
of
if
it.
you don't want me to fucking know your opinion, don't post it on the internet.
Yeah. Joshua F. If you watch horror for the vibes but not for the scares, this one's for you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Besides
a
whenever that guy
justifiable.
was running at home from the dark.
Had a few
I don't know. I don't know if
scares.
you would call if I would say that's like a low rating though.
No.
I mean, because sometimes you just watch a horror movie like this.
You watch
to
a
just-
thriller.
it's like, yeah, you watch to be
Thriller.
thrilled. That's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
scary. I wouldn't call thrillers scary.
No.
So that's what he was
They
just
more
getting at.
fuck with your head.
He gave it a 2-star.
Okay.
For real.
No. He's down.
Thrillers aren't his
Half
thing,
a star. Cat K. Predictable, boring, dull characters, neither funny nor scary and waste of time. Why the hell would you even think it's funny?
Well,
Rare.
sounds to me like Cat K is a furry, and I don't care about her opinion.
Nobody got my joke.
Yeah, I know. I got it.
Thanks.
Because she also called the characters dog characters. Cat K
Is
called
cat
the characters
spelled
dogs.
with a K or a C?
Get it? Get it?
Yeah.
Shit, because cats don't like dogs.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Oh my god.
It's funny, you got Mr. B above Cat K, and they got P Funk below her.
They're having a party.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What is this? Some kind of
Mr.
fucking-
B gave it a 5-star, and P Funk gave it a 5-star.
These are the
Cat
kind of
K-
people that you meet at like an anime convention.
No shit.
And Cat K gave it a half-star. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, kitty cat.
Exer-C. EXER space C.
Also an anime convention.
Half a star. Misconceptions and stereotypes are the basis of this film. Perfect example of far too much time and effort placed in the wrong place. This film has no redeeming qualities, barely entertaining, confusing, annoying, with far too much foul, useless language to be ignored. Yeah, now get over it. Next.
Hold on.
Wait.
Hold on.
I didn't.
The first thing I want to say is, where exactly did a lot of useless time go into this movie? They're talking about like there was too much time spent on this movie. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's the problem with movies nowadays, is they don't spend enough time on them. They want to pump them out because they're just creating money machines.
Hmm.
You want to talk about not spending enough time on a movie? Like, he obviously spent plenty of time on this movie. I don't understand that comment at all. I just don't get it.
Next one, No Name. 2 stars, and this movie is highly overrated.
I would say it's highly overrated. Is it overrated a little bit? Yeah, probably.
Julie A. 1 star. How in the world did this movie get any good reviews? Absolutely awful. The only scary things about it are its completely stupid plot and its ability to waste your time.
You're a racist. She is. She's a racist. What was
Julie-
stupid about the plot? Bitch. Sorry, ain't you got a KKK meeting to be at?
That's what you should have said about the cat K.
No, she just was missing out on her furry time, I guess. I don't know.
Joe K. You get Cat K and then you get Joe K.
Does that cat K is the cat spelled with a K too?
No. Madison, sit up and talk into the
it's
mic.
C-A-T,
Nobody can hear
then
you.
K.
Shut up.
Joe K says it's a 1.5. Not a horror movie, not even scary. It was dumb and predictable.
Oh.
Whatever. You're a fucking moron if you could predict this movie. Or, sorry, you're a genius if you could predict this. You're a moron for saying that you can.
Right.
Or you did.
That you can
Eric?
predict every little piece of it.
Eric,
Okay.
I
Did you
predicted a lot of this stuff in the movie throughout
Wow.
it.
Did you predict the brain transplants and all
No,
that
that's
stuff?
the only thing. I only predicted that there was hypnotism.
And the girl was in on it?
The girl was in on it. You know, obviously the family was, the brother was the dude that fucking kidnapped the dude in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
I knew that right off the get.
I wasn't hard. He was a fucking psycho.
Yeah. I knew the blind guy was going to be the guy that got what's his name right off the get. I got, obviously you knew he was going to either chew through his straps or whatever to get loose and kill everybody
Right.
and get out, Get out.
Get out. So, check this out. Sequel idea. Everybody's still alive except for the brother. The brother's brain is transplanted into another black man. So now they have he's a black dude now for the sequel. And a more like a bigger blacker dude. like Michael Clark Duncan
They
big.
got Rod.
Huh?
They got Rod.
Rod. Oh.
Terry Crews.
No, they got
Terry
Rod.
Crews.
No, they got Rod, and they put Jeremy on Rod, and he's been pretending to be his best friend.
Ooh.
Off screen, we don't even know.
Oh,
It's a twist.
It's a twist. That's only if M. Night Shyamalan directs.
Yeah. That's the only
No,
way
dude,
that'll
Terry
work.
Crews. Terry Crews.
Yeah, Terry Crews.
That's the only body he'll accept.
Yeah.
Terry Crews.
He does the robot.
I feel like that's too easy.
He does.
Terry Crews
He does.
plays crazy
He does
really
a
well.
robot before he kidnaps people, and he plays. He plays. What's that song from fucking? Oh shit.
White chicks.
White Chicks.
Making my way down.
Yeah, no. That's the music playing in the car. He's kidnapping somebody.
It's like the only
Pretty
funny
good
part
shit.
in that movie.
Yeah. Pretty good shit.
Oh,
I love
fuck.
Terry Crews. He was great in Gamer. He was
How
a
did
fucking
you
nutcase
know?
in Gamer.
This is my favorite song. Making my way
fuck.
downtown. Right. I don't know the words. But
That's all I know too.
It's so great.
You just
Because they
imagine,
click it on there like, oh,
imagine getting kidnapped to that song.
And then the she
You
just
imagine
kinda
getting kidnapped to
reaches
that
over
song?
and
I'd
clicks
be
on the
so
radio.
pissed.
He's like, oh, how did you know? I love this song.
I'd be so mad if I got kidnapped to that song. Can you change the radio, please?
At least move a different song, damn it.
I thought the torturing started when we got there, not in the car.
Not before.
Yeah.
Terry Crews, is that you?
I love
All right, I got one
Cruise,
last
though.
one, then we're done. Mike B. 1.5. Bad writing.
Michael B. Jordan.
Maybe. Bad writing, lots of nonsensical tropes, situations, and characters that don't really make sense. Could never really get into the movie due to its lack of plausibility. Wasn't creepy or scary, just a little out there. Okay.
That's an opinion.
Yeah.
It's
Now
an
that
opinion.
was something.
All right. Let's go ahead and move right along here. We're losing time. Let's jump right into trivia with Karen.
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
Jordan Peele said the title is also a reference to what he often hears black audience shout at the screen while watching horror films, yelling at a character to get out. In this movie, Rod and Andre both
Just
say
like
it to
Nope.
Chris.
Yeah, just like Nope.
Yeah. Nope.
Nope.
He's like, and then he goes, nope. Nope. Daniel Kaluuya was given the lead role on the spot after nailing his audition. Writer, co-producer, and director Jordan Peele said Kaluuya did about 5 takes of a key scene in which his character needs to cry, and each was so perfect that the single tear came down at the exact same time for each take.
That's a fucking... Dude, that right there, Daniel Kaluuya is a top-tier actor.
He's a good actor.
People just don't know it yet.
The tear came down at
Yeah,
the exact
that
same
dude-
time for each
That
take.
dude plays...
Holy shit.
He was great in this movie. He was great in Nope. And he also did another movie about... what was it called? He played an African... I don't remember. It was based on a true story. But he like... I don't know if he's ever won an award or if he was up for some awards for that. But that dude is one dude to be looking out for because he's got some chops on him. He can fucking act. That's why, like, I like another one is he was in Candyman, Yahya Abdul-Mateen.
Mm-hmm.
That dude is a fucking actor, dude. That dude can act his face off. That dude is that's one dude that I keep telling people, like, look out for him because he's a future Oscar winner. I guarantee it. That dude can act. That's why I was, like, really disappointed about Jonathan Majors because he was on that level too.
Yeah.
Who's that?
He played Kang the Conqueror in Loki. He was in Loki.
Oh, yeah. He didn't die. He got in trouble for
Yeah, he
stuff?
got in trouble.
Yeah, he got in trouble for apparently supposedly putting his hands on his girlfriend or something.
Did he, though?
I don't know if he did or not.
He
They
didn't
say
really
that they
seem
said that
like
he did,
the type.
but I also, from what I understand, she was a fucking nutcase too.
There's not a lot of clarification.
No,
Oh.
but I think Jonathan Majors was, like, on his way.
We'll see. Chance the Rapper was so impressed by the film that he bought out entire showings at certain Chicago area theaters so people could see it for free. In one of his tweets about it, he said, "Just pull up with an ID and enjoy the movie." Lil Rel Howery, Chris's best friend Rod, ad-libbed the majority of his funny lines. Jordan Peele was inspired to write this movie in part by Eddie Murphy's stand-up film, Eddie Murphy Delirious. Murphy joked about horror films, including Poltergeist and the Amityville Horror, and asked why white people stay when there's a ghost in the house. Murphy joked that if a black man being shown around a beautiful house heard a ghost, heard a ghost whisper, because I'm, like, seeing this stand up in my head as
I'm thinking of
reading this.
Haunted House right now.
Heard a black man being shown around a beautiful house heard a ghost whisper, "Get out." He would immediately tell his wife, "Too bad we can't stay, baby." Peele
Yeah, I'm thinking of Haunted House right now for this reason.
I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
Where this came from.
Yeah. Peele repeated Murphy's joke on the DVD commentary of this film.
He actually gets scared because the poltergeist.
yeah.
There's this one meme. it's like this.
That's a
girl,
real ghost, cuz.
It's a real ghost, cuz.
there's
Try to
this-
get me killed.
I don't know what it's from, or if
He's
it's-
the best part of the whole fucking movie, man.
I don't know what it's from, or if it's from like a movie or something. But there was this one video that I saw, and it was this ghost girl, and she's like, she looks like the Grudge and everything. She's all grody, and the family's like, "Come, be a part of our family." And her hair lifts up over her face. She's a beautiful young girl. She's like, "Really?
It's Scary
I love
Movie
that."
3.
And the family's like, "Really?" She
It's Scary
she
Movie
laughs
3.
evilly. She goes, "No."
Just fucking with you. It's Scary Movie 3.
Yeah. It's great. I love it. Oh my
George
god.
reminds me of Carson.
Is that the one where Michael Jackson was?
No, yes.
Is that
yes.
he was? And then he,
She's a girl.
yeah, and he hits the little boy at the end.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
And they're talking the way they talk Japanese to each other is that they're just naming, Japanese car makers. Honda.
Yeah,
Suzuki. Hayabusa.
That is hilarious. Jordan Peele directed scenes in the movie while doing impersonations of Tracy Morgan, Forrest Whitaker, and Barack Obama. This film inspired the creation of college courses about the film's racial themes and symbolism. Jordan Peele stated that he asked Richard Hurd, the guy who played Roman as the grandpa in the video, to think of his scene as a Viagra ad trying to hide deep rage. He responded that that sounds like all Viagra ads to me, and then he absolutely nailed it. During an appearance on the Late Night with Seth Meyers, Allison Williams, the girl who played Rose, said that many of the movie's white viewers have a hard time comprehending or accepting that her character's villainy. They'd say, "Well, she was hypnotized too, right?" And I'm like, "No, she's just evil. She's bad. We gave you so many ways to know that she's bad. She had photos of people whose lives she's ended behind her. The very minute that she can, she hangs them back up on the wall behind her.
I saw that.
And that's so crazy." And they're like, but maybe she's also a victim. And I'm like, no, she's not. When Jordan Peele first wrote the script,
Not the poor white lady.
right,
What the fuck?
right. When Jordan
Not
Peele
the
first
hot white lady.
Yeah.
When Jordan Peele first wrote the script, he envisioned a more downbeat ending with Chris getting arrested for murdering Rose and her family. By the time he actually got to make the film, however, he felt that the audience had earned the right to a happier ending. In light of various real-life controversies involving police violence against African-American people.
I agree.
I think that it would have been incredibly awful to have seen.
Yeah, I think that for something that you're trying to prove shoot a point home for a movie like this, with
To see him lose at
to
the
see
end
him
would have
lose
been-
at the end is such a fucking bummer and a drag. I don't think the movie would have performed as well if he had lost by the end
No.
to her. So the fact that she ultimately dies and he survives and gets away is awesome.
Mm-hmm. The last name, Armitage, is an homage to the 20th century horror writer H.P. Lovecraft. It's the last name of a protagonist in Lovecraft's story, The Dunwich Horror. Though the Armitage family is villainous in this movie, the use of the name reflects this movie's homage to elements in Lovecraft's stories. Decadent New England families with ties to the occult or secret societies, transmigration of souls from one body to another, altered states of reality, and so on. Lovecraft was also notoriously racist against black people.
So also another deep cut there with Lovecraft Country. Jonathan Majors was in that. That is a very underrated show. They canceled it after the first season, and they shouldn't have. They should have. That show should still be on today. But I don't think people understood the show. But the fucking have you ever seen it?
Mm-mm.
The first season. Oh man, it's really fucking good.
I should probably check
It's
it out.
really good. I remember watching the first season and just falling in love with it. I was like, dude, the show's it was amazing. I was like, this fucking show is amazing. And they canceled it. I was like, and I knew automatically, I was like, they canceled it because people don't fucking understand it. They don't get
This is
it.
bullshit.
Yeah.
This is the last one, but I really thought this was really cool. Fans of the show Tales from the Crypt have stated that this film felt like an extended episode of the show. There are several factors in the film that support this. For example, there are some foreboding elements that show that there's something sinister, i.e. Rose being too adamant on Chris not giving his wallet to the cop, the way the Armitage's employees and friends are behaving almost robotically. Despite the chilling atmosphere, there are several hilarious moments that counterbalance the intensity of the story. Rod being funny in almost all of his scenes, Chris himself saying some funny comments. There's a major twist or two that puts the story into perspective. Rose turning out to be a cold-blooded sociopath, Rod showing up to save Chris instead of the police showing up to arrest him. The villain or villains in this case getting their comeuppance in an ironic manner. Dean Armitage condemning deer throughout the film and treating Chris like a prize deer ends up getting killed by a deer antler in the throat. Jeremy Armitage's fighting moves are used against him by Chris, and he's beaten to death. So, that is it.
All right. Well, that's Get Out.
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
What's in the box, Karen? Give us not a horror movie?
I'm waiting for the day Dad slips up and drops that.
Drops it right on my hand.
Ah! Only if you pick the wrong movie.
Dodgeball.
Oh,
All
fuck
right.
yeah.
Fuck
I'm all
yeah,
right
dude.
with that.
Dodge a wrench,
Isn't
you
that a
can dodge a ball.
Yeah, it's a fucking comedy. It's a great comedy, too.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Yeah. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
I almost spit my shit out everywhere because I forgot about that.
Come, Michelle.
He's in there jerking off with pizza. I told
It
you
was,
to knock!
it was a donut.
No, it was pizza.
He
Oh,
does
yeah.
it with both.
Oh, does he?
I'm pretty sure he does it with both.
At the end. My milkshake brings all the boys to you.
Oh God.
Oh my god, it's a good
Be
one.
prepared.
I think
You've
I'm
never seen it?
scared more than
You've never seen
prepared.
Dodgeball?
No.
Oh man.
Oh my god, you're in such a
It's
treat.
yeah, it's a treat. That's definitely
ESPN, the Ocho.
This one has what's his face in it from Tucker and Dale, and he thinks he's a pirate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's fucking great.
Yes.
It's not the only one. I mean, it's
It's got the guy who plays the
Knight's
alien
Tale too,
from
doesn't he?
Resident Alien is in
He
this
is
too,
in it.
and he throughout the whole movie believes that he's an actual pirate.
You can punch me all day.
He
'cause you
talks
hit
like a pirate,
little
dresses
girl.
like a pirate.
God.
Yeah, it's fucking great. It's fucking great.
Oh,
This
wow.
movie is
He
hilarious.
was so funny in that movie, too.
How long ago
Yeah.
did this movie come out?
A Knight's Tale.
Oh yeah.
He-
Oh, my God.
I don't remember his name. He's awesome.
Yeah.
He was also in A Nice Tale.
Like
How
I
long
said,
ago did this movie?
my favorite part is that part.
2006 maybe.
Oh shoot!
Is it-
So he's like
Um,
20 years younger.
Streaming
Yeah.
anymore?
Let me check. Dodgeball.
Hulu.
which is part of Disney Plus.
Yeah, Dad. That's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
2004.
2004.
A true underdog story.
Yeah,
Yep.
if that's what you want to call it.
God, literally 20 years ago.
Yep,
Yeah.
Oh, God.
this is gonna be a good one.
Why?
I know. I remember when it came out.
Right?
Steve the pirate.
Steve the Pirate.
Who am I going to share all this hidden treasure? I guess in that movie, when it comes to A Knight's Tale, my favorite part is that part where he's like, "You can hit me all day because you hit like a what?
A
A girl."
God, he voices Turbo from Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So next week, Dodgeball from 2004. There's a lot of options in there for creator profile next week.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot.
you already did Vince Vaughn, didn't you?
No.
No,
I haven't done anybody from this movie.
no.
I could do Vince Vaughn, Justin Long,
Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller.
You should do the alien guy.
I could do him. I could even do what's her face, Ben Stiller's wife.
Christine.
I don't remember her name.
Who was she?
She was the love interest of Vince Vaughn in the movie.
Oh, okay.
There's a few people in this movie. Anyway, we'll figure it out next week. I got some options. All right, so next week. Also, don't forget to check out all our social stuff down there.
Like
all the
and
good
share.
shit. Check us out on TikTok and all that good stuff. Next week we're going to do dodgeball. Don't forget to share us with all your friends and your grandmas, because grandmas love us, especially me.
Grandma's boys.
I'll play with them saggy titties.
Oh, Jesus.
Tell your grandma I love
you
saggy
should end
titties.
the episode now before it gets weird.
It could get weirder.
No.
Cut.
You don't want it to get weird.
Do we
I
have
am
a
your
director?
daughter.
Cut.
I'm just saying. It's not about that.
She invented the
Cut.
blowjob.
All right, so till
I'm
next
pretty
week.
sure.
Bye.
Goodbye.